and welcome to tonight's episode of Drachmae and Demigods. I am Sammy Ferber, and I'll be your host for the evening. Welcome back to the Links of Tartarus Season 2. If you are new here, welcome. You can watch all of our episodes for Season 2 and Season 1 on our YouTube channel. The link is down below. Or if you're watching this on YouTube, you can watch our episodes live on Monday at 7:30 Eastern every week. But this episode will be up on our YouTube channel on Saturday. So, with all that said, be sure to smash that like button. All right. Okay, let's get started into the story here. So, previously on the Links of Tartarus, the hands of fate basked in their newfound fame after their vanquishing of Tromocrates, the Kraken Lord. But there was still much to do. Iasus, son of Zeus, was dead, and their friend Traeia was learning what it means to be the new queen of Athens. A meeting was held between all of the demigods, a loose plan constructed. In 3 days' time, Traeia's coronation would be held, simultaneously a funeral for King Theseus, a coronation for the new queen, and a celebration of the victorious battle. In that time, the demigods would research and prepare for their next mission, getting to Olympus in time for God's Sight Day in only 2 weeks. They know they'll have to hike up the Olympian mountains some distance, and that there will be some final barrier they'll need to pass in order to actually gain entry onto Olympus. But beyond that, information is limited. Through some research Ilme was able to do, she learned a bit about what might be that final barrier. A tribe of people who live right at the peak of the mountain, winged defenders whose only objective is to stop the unworthy from crossing over into Olympus. She also learned all manner of dangerous monsters live among the rocky terrain they'll be hiking through, but so few ever return from those heights that details on them are scarce. Elsewhere, the revival of Iasus does not go to plan, as his wounds from Apotrepo, the Hydra of the Blood Shore, seem to have left him with some sort of lasting blood curse, an ancient form of magic that prevented him from being healed. To get around the curse, Alexios suggested Anura reincarnate him, and while the ritual would theoretically work, there was inherent risk involved, as he could return as any other race, losing his connection to Zeus. But the decision was made, the ritual completed, and Iasus emerged looking exactly the same, except now with a radiant brand of Hera on his wrist, unintentionally bringing the oracle's prophecy one step closer to completion. Even more elsewhere, Ryujin was pulled aside by Poseidon himself, who wished to reward his son for living up to his end of their pact, where he had promised to vanquish Poseidon's foes. So Poseidon showered him with gifts. First, a new ability to heal his friends using seawater. But then, Poseidon took him to an island on the elemental plane of water called Fort Agenor, where a small community lived and bred hippocamps. Poseidon gave the fort to Ryujin to rule over, and gifted him a golden hippocamp named Yue to boot. He left Ryujin with a water seed, a blue sphere the size of a cherry, and told him to break it somewhere safe, where it would cut a tear in reality and complete a portal directly into the central tower of the fort. Not trusting anywhere as safe enough to form this portal, Ryujin had the idea to get a necklace from a genie, using the mini demiplane inside as a safe and portable portal location. Portable portal location. Christ. But getting a necklace from a genie is easier said than done. One of Ryujin's new subjects, I guess you'd call him, told him of his father, a Merid named Bhagwan, who could potentially trade with him for a necklace like that. But Ryujin would need to travel to the city of the Merid, about a day's swim from Fort Agenor, identified by shining mirrors and pearls. But before all that, there's still much to do. So, as we are still in this, near the end of this 3-day period of rest and research, we're going to start with Anura. Anura, at some point in those 3 days, you corner Adagio in the palace as you are going about your days.
Hey, Adagio, can you do sending for me for a couple of people if it's okay? make that face. This is what you get for being a cleric in a campaign. You knew this was coming.
First of all, when have I ever behaved in any clerical position? I don't heal. I'm not your postman. I am just a man.
Aww. Not a reference to just a man.
Oh God, what a waste of my magic. I don't pray to Apollo for this.
You always rage.
You want to see a rage?
No, not really. A Nora's a squishy. A rage would be you put a Nora through a wall and they die. I appreciate DJ just like, yeah, that's true.
Fine. Who are we attempting to communicate with?
Lysandra? Is that Lysandra? I can never remember her name is Lysandra or
Lysandra the Talker?
I was right. Okay, Lysandra the Talker.
Wait, who is that?
She is one of the bards from Delphi. She's the one who wrote the song. You sort of use Nora as a muse.
Oh God, why? Do not make me do this. I have 3 charges. Well, I guess I could use the 4 levels, but that'd be a waste of my time. You want to tell your girlfriend it doesn't care about you, does care about you?
Ouch. I don't know, just ask her, tell her I asked if she could come to Athens.
Is Lysandra still alive?
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit going on in the world. I don't know a lot of people to keep a track of.
Last time we came back from hell. We came back from Hades, from the underworld. She was still alive then.
Alright, Lysandra.
Because she tried to make me not exist so that her song was still right.
How long of a travel would it?
Like, can you come by Athens if you can?
Before the coronation, since we're leaving after the coronation?
Yeah, sometime during that time, she could come to the coronation with us.
Wait. So there's a coronation in 2 days. Do you think it just pop on in?
I love how I cannot talk to people in real life or in D&D.
I love that for us. I guess I'll channel. I'll put my cloak of many fashions will change to postman symbol, even though there's not really one.
I love that.
You'll get a messenger pigeon and Hermes' symbol, and I'll be and I'll hold my hand out, 5 gold.
What are you saying to Lysandra?
I have a Nora on the other side, and they would enjoy if you would be their date to the coronation in, I assume, what is 3 days?
Yeah.
That's it?
Tell her where.
Oh, yeah, the coronation of the new queen of Athens.
The coronation. What
and
coronation?
If you need help getting here, just let us know.
You get a response back. Well, that does sound like quite a sight. But I am on the road between Arcadia and Sparta right now. I'm not sure if I can get there in time.
What is my
if we need help, she needs help, but...
Where the
I don't know what the fuck that is.
How far
I can't
is
see
that?
A map.
I'm trying to look behind Sammy.
I am too.
On the map that only you can see and stream can't.
Wait, we have our pinned messages. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Oh wait,
it's a bit of a distance. It's hard to travel in 3 days without magical means. I would say
but
it's impossible to travel without magical means.
We have magical means.
But she didn't give me a spot. She just said in general.
I can get close and cast locate creature.
You've been to Arcadia before, haven't you? Don't you travel over there all the time?
I went everywhere.
The Arcadian woods and what?
No, not that. That's the Acmonian wood you're thinking of.
Oh,
Arcadia is the
Arcadia.
oasis in the Spartan territories.
Okay, I see Arcadia.
Yeah, I went basically everywhere in the lower half of a lot of the lower half whenever I went with the providers.
You said Arcadia and what? Arcadia and
Sparta.
Oh, that's a lot of distance.
Yeah.
I was I'd have zero way to zero in on her.
Yeah.
I currently
unfortunately
can't see it. because I can't get the
There's
message.
a whole town between it and everything. Orthia. Or that, whatever.
Oh, there's
Orthia.
the messages. Ooh, I'm a fucking idiot.
Um,
Where? I'm sorry,
Oh,
is this?
It's in the Spartan territories, in the big
I'm
old
looking
desert.
at Spartan territories.
okay, well,
Sparta's
I'll relay
the
the
town in the
message.
center, and Arcadia is the oasis.
I'll
Oh,
relay the
I
message,
see it.
and I'll be
Arcadia is a
like,
different color because of who controls it, so I was like, who
Yes.
the fuck?
Yeah, so it's a bit of a distance to if she's on the road between those two places, it's a lot of distance to cover.
Does she know? You'd have to do
she
sending
pass?
again.
Yeah, I would have to use sending again.
DJ shaking his head. He's also called me a simp in the no DM chat.
I'm weak.
Also said you deserve better.
I didn't see the
I mean,
user better. I just
how
called
long-
I just saw the don't be a simp.
By foot, it would take
It would take
forever,
weeks.
honestly,
It
right?
would take
yeah,
weeks, yeah.
okay, her.
Yeah, but had I visited there during my time with the providers?
Arcadia, yeah, but
not Sparta.
You have not been to Sparta, and there's a lot of distance between those two places.
If I knew how close she was, I could.
I mean, we could always travel to Arcadia and then attempt to race our way to Orthia if she stays at Orthia, goes back to Orthia. Do a whole trip just to pick her up, I guess.
Sarah, I have a question.
Yeah.
If I take a wild shape that is like 60-foot flying speed, and I just do that,
You have to understand that we're still talking about weeks of journey here.
yeah, I know. But like, if I knew like vaguely where she was on it, like if she was closer to Arcadia.
I mean, it's possible, but I would say the distance between Arcadia and Sparta at a 60-foot flying speed, flying as much as you possibly can in a day, is about a week's worth of distance to travel.
So we would have to know almost exactly where she's at.
And
Basically.
that it's
If
a
it's
shorter
close.
distance.
I do an 80-foot flying speed.
I can do 90 on my Pegasus.
I didn't know I had an 80-foot flying speed. I didn't realize I had that wild shape.
So she's more trouble than she's worth. Heard.
That's fair.
Wonderful people. at this
I'll turn to
village.
Nora and be like, she said she got cooler things to do. Yeah, she said she's not here for your story with no ending. The theme just isn't fitting her vibes.
I feel like that should just be a cast of vicious mockery right there. Damn.
I was like, whatever. She's traveling to Sparta. Apparently she's got
psychic
cooler things
damage.
to do.
I mean, she was on tour with her song, I guess. Okay, it's up to you. If you're okay with sending a message to my mom.
I mean, that's my whole role in this group, isn't it? Heal and send, heal and send, heal and send, let's go.
All right, you
It's what Apollo
cannot
gave
say
me power
heal
for.
and send, because until you got that fucking sword, I was the one healing.
Yeah, and even that sword came with healing. My dad was like, this designed for you, healing. Thanks, Dad. Know how much I love to do that.
You get a design for you sword, that is true.
So what would you like him to say to your mom?
Oh, just, if you were okay with messaging her and you don't have to, it is your choice. Don't feel obligated. Just let her know that I came by to visit and I left a note for her. And that I'm sorry I missed them.
Okay. And then out loud, I'll be like, Honora went through another crisis and went back home to see you, but you weren't there to comfort her, so they just kind of left a note. Deal with that when you can, and if you can, I'll be over here. And then I'm just gonna walk away.
I have something to tell you, wait!
The response you get back, Adagio, you hear, "Oh, that's troubling to hear. We're doing fine, all things considered. I look forward to reading their note. And that's it.
And like Adagi's walking away. Wait,
I
I
wonder
have
where this
something to tell you.
I want to know where his wandering spirit is going. So ominous.
It really is. It's kind of scary.
He's like, I must see the world. Why? Where are you headed, child? Tina.
Yeah.
So anything else?
Yeah, as Adagi's walking away, I'm gonna like rush after him and like grab onto his arm and be like, wait, I do need to tell you something.
I only have one more sending. Make
It's
it
not,
important.
it is not sending.
When have you ever done anything for
Because
me?
of everything that happened with, immediately going to fight.
Arasta
I
the
can't remember the
pasta.
name of the thing. Oh my god.
Arasta of the Endless Web.
Thank you. Arasta. I don't know why I was trying to call her.
Take notes, folks. Take
Ariadne.
notes.
I said Arasta the pasta. What do you?
Oh my god. No, I have a sticky note, but I didn't write her name. I just wrote A and not the actual name, and I kept thinking Ariadne because spiders.
Still awful spiders now.
In
You
my
know,
defense, I can't spell, so...
I hope that at some point in the future, someone goes back and watches our entire campaign and is like pulling their hair out because the ending has been so clear from the very beginning, but no one's taking notes.
I took notes in the beginning.
Hey,
Those are
listen,
really-
I called who the green cloak mute was from the get-go because
Sure.
of my notes.
Sure.
Hey, I see random patterns in there. I guess that Traeia was gonna be the princess before.
You did. You did.
That's
Yeah,
not.
I called the green cloak mute thing from the get-go, or the
Yeah.
whatever she's called.
The hooded mute. Anyway, I digress.
I don't know why we kept saying green cloaked mute, but we
Because
kept
she's wearing a
doing
green
it.
cloak. That's fair.
But yeah, I have her written down as two different things, but
Green
I
is
called that
totally
shit
her color.
surprisingly. No, so between going to fight Arasta and then coming back, Theseus dying and fighting Tremocrates, I haven't
Jesus
had a
Christ.
chance to tell you.
We've had a traumatic 2 weeks.
We've had
Are-
a traumatic year and a half.
My lifetime, it's just traumatic. It's
Well,
this.
Same. High five.
Golly.
High fives exist in ancient Greece.
They will now.
High fives? Sure, yeah.
I guess they exist now. Let's go with it. We envisioned them. No. So when I did the ritual after going to the Acmonian Wood and completing my little quest, I got to go to the Beast Wilds. And while I was there, Artemis introduced me to someone that you've been looking for a while. She introduced me to Reed.
I think this is the part where you start laughing. Except I'm not taking this like a joke.
Not a joke.
Oh, you've got to be shitting me. There's... What? This...
When there's people who are in touch with nature and super, into nature in different ways, there's times where they get taken to the Beast Wilds because it's where they'll be happy. And Artemis knows they'll be happy there. And so do a lot of her followers. So I met him and I talked to him. And he told me to tell you that he's happy and that he misses you.
Bullshit. This is... I can't... No, this is... No, you don't know Reed like I know Reed. He was at nature and loving and hunting. There's no way that this is what he would have wanted. And there's no way he would have just left me like that. You're telling me that...
He
I don't believe
didn't
this.
leave you because he wanted to.
Everyone has a choice. There's... We were only 14. He had never held a bow and arrow before in his life, and you're telling me that Artemis handpicked him out of everyone in the entire world. She took him from me. Do you know what he went to me? Do you know what he was to me? He was everything to me. And she took that from me. And how long have we been communicating with Artemis? How long have you been a part of this party? I channeled her energy, her own rage channeled through my body when I went to the underworld to claim her child's life back to this world, and she couldn't have the common decency to tell me. She couldn't even tell me herself. I had to learn through you. I have this entire time, I thought he was dead. My mother blamed me for his death. I blamed myself for his death. Do you know what my childhood was like? I felt like a tool. My father gifted me to my mother so that she could use me. I didn't have a childhood. I was just something to grow up and take her place in the world. He was the only person in this universe who ever made me feel like anything outside of a demigod child of Apollo. I was just Adagio to him.
You're more than just a demigod child of Apollo to us.
Oh, really? I'm a cleric to Apollo, so I have to use sending. I'm a cleric of Apollo, so I have to heal. I'm a cleric of Apollo, so I'm a beacon of light, and I'm a beacon of... I'm not a beacon of light. I am a raging fire of anger and hatred and hurt, and you guys are pushing your expectations on me, just like the rest of the world. I might be Adagio, child of Apollo, but I am Adagio first, child of Apollo second. She understands what I went through. When Apollo died, I understand what she went through. I lost everything when I lost Reed, and she couldn't have told me that. She snapped the only person in this world who made me feel like anything other than nothing. I fight in a war to keep her throne on Olympus. She doesn't care about me. Either your goddess cares so little about me in this war that I am fighting for her, or she is some sort of ruthless, maniacal, merciless god who I can't seem to connect with. I've risked everything in this life. Everything in this life I have done, and I have done in her name and Apollo's name, and she is the goddess I worship if I wouldn't worship Apollo. She has represented everything in my life. She was the freedom I looked for, and instead of getting freedom for her, I had to get freedom from my father, and that comes with rules, responsibilities, expectations. I thought that she was the wind, and I could be as free as her, and she is just as bad as everything else in my life. She took the only thing in my life that mattered. And now you're telling me 15 years later, he's been alive this whole time, that he's been well, that he's been happy, while I get to suffer here, and I get to fight for her. I get to fight for her when she's done this to me. She's done worse to me than Titans have done themselves to me. And she didn't have the decency to tell me to my face. I channeled her energy. I was there with you this entire time. She has interacted with this party more than any of the other gods, and you're telling me that she has kept this to herself?
I never said I agreed with her keeping it to herself or with her taking him. I have my own feelings that I have to go through with that, but it's not on me to tell you my feelings on this. You're allowed to be angry. You're allowed to be upset. I get it. By the way, you've talked about him even before you said he was the only person in the universe who saw you as just Adagio. I could tell how much he meant to you. And I don't know why she decided that I needed to be the one to tell you, but she did. And I cannot go against the will of the gods. We've seen how it goes when I've tried to go against the will of the gods. But you deserve to know that he's okay at least. I know you think that I only see you as a son of Apollo, but Adagio, I've seen you as a brother since the beginning. And I don't know how to express that because I didn't have a family to teach me how to express that. And I know Reed was that family for you, and he was everything. So I guess that's why she decided I needed to tell you. But you deserve to know he is okay. He is happy. He wants you to know that he is happy. And I'm sorry for everything that Artemis has put you through, because she's put everybody through it. But at the end of the day, there's nothing we can do against the will of the gods. We found that out time and time again. I just thought you needed to know that he's okay and happy, and that you don't have to live thinking he's dead anymore and that it was your fault. It was never your fault, and no one should have told you it was.
You're wrong. We can't fight the will of the gods, but it is prophesied that we will do something about it. The gods can sit on their thrones and they can mess with our lives in any way they want to, but now they'll face the consequences. You can stand for the gods, and I can stand against them.
So are you saying that you're going to stand against the gods on God's side day?
I'm going to stand for a world where we are in charge, where the gods aren't interfering with our lives, where we have a say and people aren't just snatched away with us for no reason, with no explanation, where our memories are wiped and manipulated in such ways that I think that he was dead.
What do you mean that memories wiped and manipulated?
The only reason I found out Reed was alive was because Mnemosyne unlocked that memory with me.
You knew he was alive this whole time.
What do you mean? I've been looking for him this whole time. I've been looking for him since Delphi. I've been asking the priest, I've been asking Artemis herself about the nymphs in the forest and the vision I saw.
I never said that I agreed with everything the gods do.
Well, what
Do you
can
really
agree
think I
with?
would agree with everything that the gods do? After the fact that a minor god that they don't particularly care about because she's a minor god left me with a family who starved me to death, tried to kill me. The reason that when people try to kill me, I don't die is because of that. I've never agreed with the will of the gods 110%. I get that, and I support that we need to do something about the way the gods handle things. It's never been okay. But we can't go into it and not tell it to everybody else about this. If we want anything to happen, all of us are going to have to go into God's side day as a united front. If there is any breakdown between us going into that, everything is going to fall. Not just us, not the Titans, not just one city in Gaia. All of Gaia is going to fall into chaos if we are not all a united front going into this. You're allowed to be upset. You're allowed to be hurt. And if you need to take it out on somebody because of Artemis, take it out on me. I'm her child. Do that. But we cannot fall apart going into this. We've come too far. She took everything from you. The gods have taken everything from everyone all the time, but she did it to you and didn't tell you no matter how many chances she had. So be upset and be fully mad about it. That's okay. Take it out on me if you need to. I can take it. I just wanted you to know. Because I care about you as a person.
Adagio. You notice, after the fact, that when you were at your angriest, when you felt that tether with the gods sever, the light around you, that golden glow, for a moment lightened into white. The same white as the gemstone on your ring.
Did I notice that?
You would have.
Can I reach out to Adagio? Slowly, because I don't want to, scare him or hurt him in any way. Because, he's going through a lot. I don't know what the fuck thing with the glow was. I have theories. And we all know my theories are anywhere from completely right to absolutely horribly wrong. So I'm not even going to try and figure it out. But, and as I go to say this, I'm going to slowly pull him into a hug.
I'm gonna push away. You can't charm person your way out of this, and then I'm gonna get stone away.
Adagio leaves, disappearing into thin air. So,
As soon as he gatestones away, I'll go find Ryujin and tell him I'll help him with whatever he wanted me to help him with. But Honora's going to go anywhere in the city that they can avoid the party at all costs.
understood. Adagio, where does your gatestone take you?
I think Delphi.
You left the other half of
I think
Vacon in
mine
Delphi.
always stays in Delphi.
Yeah, we left
Pop
the
back
other
over.
half that was
So
Vacon's in Delphi.
you, thanks for the follow, Goro187. You appear back in Sunbrow Manor, an empty Sunbrow Manor, as Cora and the rest of the society are here in Athens. When you take a moment alone, you hear in your mind, "Do you believe what you said? Have you
No.
turned against the gods?"
Oh, you see this? You see the like. Oh, I feel like she can like feel the emotions coursing through my body, so I'm gonna
She
yeah. And I'm like, bruh, growing up, everything was horrible. And when I played Artemis and Apollo with Reed, I always fought to be Artemis because she represented freedom. She represented a freedom that meant no strings attached. She did what she wanted. She forged her own path as a goddess. She was a moon goddess who decided she would stand for what she decided, and I wanted to be like that. And when I had to pray to my father for the power, I knew that that came with expectations and rules. It wasn't even a day after, and I was already heading my way over to see the links of Tartarus, to race through the forest of Artemis to grab him myself. Apollo has, at the end of the day, he has what he stands for, and I have what I stand for. And sometimes those just aren't the same things. And I don't heal things, I break things. And I am not a healer. I am a barbarian. I shatter things. And if I have a problem, I break it. And if that problem's a person, I kill him. And my father and I will be very different in those ways. And if he can't see that, and if he doesn't want to give me the strength to anymore, the gods are twisted in their own ways. The Artemis did absolutely nothing to avenge Honora when they took him in. Ilme's parents' own story. Poseidon won't even help us find who murdered Ryujin's mother. Who knows where Alexios' brother is and how long he's been looking for him. The gods care about what they care about, and that is their throne, and that is their power, and that is the position that they hold.
I will not tell you which side to choose. I will merely tell you what I see. Your anger, your rage contains power. You know this from battle, but it is far more than that. You are fate-touched. Your rage carries with it not only the power to destroy your enemies, but the power to choose which futures arrive. Your anger at the gods, the choices you will make because of it, they will decide the future of your world. But if I may, the gods, as the Titans, as mankind, are not one thing or another. They are both, and they are neither. You are a barbarian. You break things. You are a healer. You are both. Both reside inside of you, vying for power within you. You do not have to choose between destroying and creating. You can be both. Much like Artemis. I was not there to make the decision that she made, nor do I pretend to know why she made it. But if I had to choose between making one person happy to spare them from a life of misery, perhaps I would choose the same. And perhaps that choice would have consequences. Not everyone is like you and me. Not everyone can see the future. Even the gods can be wrong. Their faults are what make them human. I will say, in the act of that conversation you just had, a potential future came into view. Would you like to see it?
I might as well. Go for it.
You take a deep breath, and when you open your eyes, you are in a beautiful, grand palace, clearly built for giants, as everything here is enormous. Either that or you are the size of an ant. Everything is marble white, clouds outside the windows, stained glass casting beautiful colors onto the floor. And there you see, standing tall and proud, the size of a mountain, a face you've never seen before, but a face you in this vision know. Flanking Kronos are the other titans. And on the ground are the gods, with Zeus in chains on his knees as Kronos steps forward and moves his head down to his son's level. Your kin have granted you mercy. But no, 1 foot out of line, and it is war once again. Coddle your dead. Create your own subjects should you wish it to be. But this realm is ours. Forever. And with an enormous sickle, he carves in the air, and a tear in reality forms. On the other side of this tear, you see darkness, black. And you instinctively clutch the wall around you as you feel gravity begin to pull towards this rift, as you see Apollo tumble in his dragon form. Hephaestus in his dragon form tumble in, followed by the rest of the gods, one by one, tumble into this tear, tumble, until finally it is only Zeus remaining, and Kronos slowly undoes one shackle and another, as Zeus, with his final moments, looks towards you, Adagio, with pain in his eyes, and gets out only one word before getting sucked into this rip. Why? And he is gone. With the sickle, Kronos zips the rip back up, and it's gone. And you're back in Sunbrow Manor. Is that what you want?
It could be. But I care not who rules over Gaia. I only care how the people are treated. You'd have to show me a future where I'd have to see how the Titans do. I'd want to ensure that humanity itself had its own safe place. That we were not destroyed for worshipping the gods or given a harder sentence for our attempts to hold on to what we know.
I cannot give you that certainty. Even for those of us gifted with foresight, there comes a point where one must leap into the unknown. Many futures branch out from this point, Adagio, and they all intersect with you and your rage. Know the power you possess, and treat it the way it should be treated, with restraint and honor. And as the voice fades from your head, you see the white glow around you slowly, ever slowly, turn back to its normal golden glow.
That's weird AF. I want to dye my hair red.
Okay.
I'm done with the Child of Apollo. I'll look more like my mother.
Absolutely. Yeah, with 3 days and you taking a little pit stop in Delphi, no problem. By the time you... well, how are you going to get back to Athens?
That's a far AF trip, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to have Ryujin come pick you up.
I could have Reagent pick me up. I could, yeah, I guess I could use my last sending of the day, since I guess I still have one.
Well, I'll also say it'll take you a few days in Delphi to get the hair dyed and all that kind of stuff, and sort of take the time you need to be by yourself. But then, let's say the day before, yeah.
I'll spend it on the Oracle's Island. Maybe I'll just text, like, I'll send the message to Reagent today to pick me up from Delphi on the day of the coronation. Because I assume he'll also be busy.
Yeah,
and that I will be unreachable.
Great. So, anything else that people would like to do? I will say that we're now getting to the final day before the coronation. Ryujin?
I did have a few things I wanted to do throughout the couple days.
Go ahead.
Okay. So firstly, because there's a couple.
Yeah.
So I wanted to... No, that can wait. I wanted to see if there was any updates on like the material gathering from the Kraken. See how that was going. And then I wanted to... Well, no, I guess that'll have to wait too, because none of us are in Delphi that can use the cauldron.
So let's start with the Kraken. You check in at the Femian University to see what is going on with the Kraken. They are having success in breaking the Kraken apart. What they are struggling with, only because it's only been a few days, is figuring out how to make these pieces that they have useful. In the very first few attempts at even like taking a single scale from the Kraken and trying to make it into something, they find that it often has unintended consequences. Or, I mean, in layman's terms, it's almost as if a lot of these pieces are cursed. So while they might grant some modicum of strength or whatever you'd have it, they also inflict some sort of cost as well. So they do think there's promise. They are very skilled mages. They are able to remove curses and that sort of thing. But it will take a bit more time in order to get these things safe and usable.
Okay. And then I guess I will talk to Alexios when they get back about the cauldron, because they were freaking out, like pointing at themselves. So maybe they have it or can do something with it.
Alexios?
I can use that now.
You can use it?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Alexios can use anything that can be attuned, even if it doesn't.
It's still in Delphi, though, right?
Yes, it's in Delphi.
Okay, so we should probably wait till we get back to Delphi then for that. Okay, in that case, I'd like to try and track down the king of Nepeot if they are still in Athens.
Okay. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Investigation. Where's my d20? There we go. What is that? 15 plus... I think that might be minus something, actually. Ooh, -2. 13.
Okay. Not terribly hard to find. He is staying in Athens through the coronation, and through the celebration. You do see him in talks a lot throughout the palace. As you're walking through the palace, you often see Traeia walking surrounded by Athenian senators or advisors or that sort of thing, but there are a few times that you see her walking with King Anagonios. And so there is an opportunity the day before the coronation to pull the king aside.
Yeah, I guess I wanted to talk about Nepeot, now that Promocrates is gone, Apotrepo is gone, are you going to try and rebuild? And if so, is there any way that, like, we could assist or I could assist? I mean, I'll help in any way I can. I would just like to try and offer my support in whatever shape that would come in, I guess.
I appreciate your kind words, son of Poseidon. Yes, we will rebuild. As we did upon the sinking, we will rebuild. But first we must find our surviving brethren, as they have scattered to the winds. But I have been talking to the Queen, and I will believe Athens will be giving us much aid in that endeavor. But I will say, young hero, it is worth a visit once we are ready for visitors. We would be happy to have you.
I'll definitely stop by a couple times, I think. It's always sounded very appealing. Maybe I'm biased.
Perhaps.
Okay. Well, I mean, if you need anything, not hard to find. Yeah. I wanted to say something else, but I can't remember what it is. All right, we'll just go with that for now. I need to watch some hippocamps. Listen, we're gonna be breeding hippocamps pretty soon. Maybe when the city's back up and running, we could make trade deal. Okay.
Wasn't there that thing you wanted Nora to help with?
Yes, but that's after the coronation because we don't have enough time.
I don't know what I was thinking it was before because I thought we were going to Mount Olympus right after.
Well, we have like a little bit afterwards that we're gonna, because there's only a day or so left till the coronation, and it's a day's travel once we plane shift to get to that city, and then discussing and trying to trade something for the locket. Yeah. Let me just double check my notes. Make sure there was nothing else, because there was a few things I wanted to talk about. Okay, one more thing I wanted to ask him.
Yeah.
So the Drowned Descendants fought in the battle with Tromocrates. Did we notice any of them get away, or did they all perish?
I believe some did get away, yes. And it is hard to say. I believed their numbers to be greater than what we saw at this battle. But they were also at war in the Battle of Nepiot mere days prior, so perhaps we have thinned them out significantly. Or perhaps they are wiser than that.
Could you keep me updated as anything turns up, any information about them? I have a personal interest, we'll say.
Of course. It would be
I
my
appreciate
honor.
it. All right. Yeah, I suppose for the remaining time, I will meet up with Cassandra, apologize and beg for my life, and try to fix the ship.
Yeah, you can contribute to help it. As you go to apologize, she literally just, like, hands you a hammer, speechless, and sends you to work. Alexios, were there things that you would like to do?
So, yeah, we're in Athens. I would like to go shopping.
What would you like to
Something.
purchase?
I would like to go to some sort of a tailor or a seamstress
Uh-huh.
type deal. I would like to get a dress made for the Cora.
May I
Understood.
tag along?
For sure.
Yeah.
Like, in between working on the ship, because when the Rakshasa ate my entire chest, I imagine the really nice, awesome OG fishing sweater that I had was destroyed. So I would like to buy a new one that maybe doesn't smell like the ocean quite as strongly. And
Can you wear armor to a coronation?
Is that a question for the DM?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
it's
that was just, like,
traditional
a
to
general
wear.
question.
It's traditional to wear togas at events such as this. But like
Okay.
soldiers and such will be wearing armor and that sort of thing. That's like their uniform.
Can we
Yeah, I
all
picture
just take a
Star
day and just
Wars.
go buy things for the coronation? Separate
I
of
assume this was the last
Alexios
day.
and Cora, that's a date.
Or
Ain't touching that shit with a 10-foot pole. He's already awkward enough as it is.
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, you guys all have your togas from the celebration in Delphi, but if you'd like to purchase something new for the coronation, it'll cost you, with your discount included,
hero discount?
yeah, it'll cost you
Which should be free.
10 gold pieces for a new, beautiful ceremonial toga.
Can I get
I would
one
like to
made
get-
specifically for Honora that's got like some moon theming in with the stars as well? And then since Adagio isn't there, get him one that has some theming a little bit with the sun, but also with the fire and just like him in general.
Sure.
I said a little with the sun, not much.
so
The toga is sort of like an ombre effect that is red along the feet and then gets progressively lighter and lighter into an orange and then a yellow and then a very light tan at the top. So it's a nice sort of classy, fiery effect.
Yeah, I want to get like, instead of like the symbol of Apollo or anything for his, I want to get like the symbol for the hands of fate that he had drawn out once upon a time
Absolutely, yeah.
on it.
Yeah, no worries.
I would like to get that OG dope navy blue sweater and a navy, like a navy blue toga with maybe like gold embroidery of like Poseidon and like holding a trident and waves, maybe like a tentacle here and there.
Sure.
Um,
You guys are gonna definitely have
and
the most extravagant togas at this entire celebration.
yes, yes.
Uh, for for Cora, it would
Yes.
be like a simple toga. Like I would like the hems like decorated, but I would like a dope ass shawl, like a midnight blue type deal,
Hell yeah.
owls on it. I would also like to get her a piece of jewelry.
What would you like to get her?
Um, Now I assume since it's Athens, I can find something good like Athena themed
Oh my god, you can
owl.
find anything you want with an owl on it.
Yeah, so um, like a necklace, but like, see, the best thing I could think of is like a Drake OVO chain. Like it's a whole owl with
Mm-hmm.
a. It's just like I'm not. It's a. It's like one of those Egyptian deals where it's like across the whole chest.
Yeah, it's like a whole chess piece.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Don't remember what my investigation is. I think natural 13 plus.
Plus.
Yeah, it still has that like snow thing. Investigation. Okay, 23.
23, okay. Um, there are tons of owl jewelry to find in Athens. The challenge and the reason for the investigation check is to find the really good quality ones, not the cheap tchotchkes that people will sell on the street. But you do find a jeweler, a jeweler that is married to a metal worker, and they have a sort of a joint shop with really intricate metal designs and really intricate jewelry and that sort of thing. And so that's sort of the perfect combination of those two things. You are drawn to one piece because a lot of the owls that are represented on a lot of this stuff are sort of barn owls in design, as that is the owl that's on the Athens insignia, and it's sort of the owl connected to Athena, so people make barn owls on basically everything. Or sorry, horned owls. But you find one of a barn owl with the face that is more reminiscent of the platinum mask that Cora wears. It's beautiful. The wings are outstretched, and the tips of the wings connect to the chain that keeps it around the neck. And it is positioned in such a way so that its claws, its talons are out, not in a way that it'll get caught on anything, but almost as if it were pushing against a door or something like that. So it's aggressive, but not aggressive. And the head is down and fierce and all-knowing. And the intricate feather design at this beautiful metalwork, but the metal is lined with crushed pearl dust. So as she turns, it reflects the light on the feathers, and it seems like the feathers are almost glowing and shimmering in the light. It is stunning. It's a stunning piece. It does cost...
It's Alexios. He can afford it.
210 gold pieces.
What if who's selling it to me, the husband or the wife?
The wife is the one that you're currently speaking to. It's a dwarvish woman who's looking at you very expectantly.
It's a very wonderful piece. Did I tell you that it's going to be adorned by an actual daughter of Athena?
You did mention it, yeah. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. It's it's what I've always pictured for this piece, so it's just sort of kismet, you know.
So, yeah, she's sure that how much gold was it again?
At 210.
200. You know, I just saved your city, right?
Yes, for you, it's 210. For everyone else, it's closer to 5.
Oh, okay. You should have just mentioned the discount beforehand. That's cool. 210. Fine.
200. Pleasure doing business. We'll wrap it up for you. They put it in a beautiful purple velvet sack, essentially. Beautifully, nicely wrapped.
It
And it
has
looks
like
very
a big
regal.
box.
Of
Okay.
course, of course. Well, the beautiful velvet wrapping, they just sort of put it in a wooden box and nail it closed. The box
No,
itself
no,
is
I
very
mean like
much.
a cardboard, like a display, not a, you know, I don't know,
Of course.
like
Give us just one moment. She goes to the
card.
back.
It's
Her husband goes, "I'm terribly sorry. She gets very excited about these kind of things. You understand."
like excited.
She brings out a black box, a hinged box. As you open it up, it has this black velvet cushion inside, and she very carefully places the necklace down inside it and closes it. It's fairly large, but it's beautiful.
Thank you. I'm sure she'll. Okay, I'll give him 10 extra gold for services rendered.
You are as kind as they say, sir.
They say I'm kind. What else do they say about me?
They say a great many things about you. They say that you're untouchable and that you fire a cannon from your hand.
All right. He's gonna look pleased with himself and kind of like turn around and walk out. I wanna like find Cora and kind of present it to her.
Sure.
I try to find like.
I'll say the evening before the coronation, you can meet Cora for a meal in the palace alone. She looks great. She's just in her normal toga. She's not wearing her mask right now, but she's happy to be having a meal with you.
Oh, so I just wanted to show you something that I got you for the coronation. You said it was my pick as to what we're gonna wear, so here, I'll just show her the dress and everything first, but leave the box at the bottom.
It's beautiful, Alexios. Thank you. You know my size.
Yeah, I'm kind of observant.
Right.
I hope
We'll
that's
go with
not
that.
weird.
No, surely. Would you like me to try it on?
Yeah.
Give me a moment. She goes into another room. She's gone for a few minutes, and as she comes back, you see this beautiful toga gown that she comes back in. And she's a naturally beautiful woman, but seeing her in this outfit, it almost takes your breath away. What do you think?
I think that Traeia is going to be the second most beautiful thing at this coronation.
Oh, good. That's a great first impression for the new queen.
I mean, at least your friends, she'll understand.
Right.
So, I hope you enjoy the necklace. It seemed kind of big, but
The necklace?
we didn't see that.
Oh, is that what the box was? Oh, I'm so sorry. Wait, hold on. She goes back out of the room, and you just hear her go, Alexios! She comes back holding the box, her eyes wide. This is... I mean, but how did... It's perfect. Thank you.
Oh. I feel kind of bad that I told you about it before you could see it.
No, it's... Would you mind fastening it? She
No
turns
problem,
her back.
no problem. I fasten it.
Turns back around, and you see as the light hits it, it almost looks like the wings are moving. Alexios. You make me feel like the most beautiful girl in the world.
I'm surprised I could make you feel that way. How did you not feel that way already?
Wow. Alexios, after all of this,
thank you. I mean, you deserve it. I mean, I've never met anyone like you. And I've met gods. So that's it.
Alexios, you're a traveler, you're an adventurer, and that seems to be what you were born to do. But when this is over, I think it might be nice for us to sort of be somewhere for a while.
We can be anywhere. I mean, that's inconsequential. As long as with you, I can be anywhere. I've been to hell. It's not that bad. I can go anywhere.
She sort of smiles to herself. Well then, she gets really close to you. To better than hell. She kisses you.
I'm gonna get the cue and kiss back this time.
Hey, there we go.
I'm looking forward to it.
Let's just survive first.
I mean, come on, the heroes always live in the end, right? Right?
Why would you say that? Why would you... Seriously? You're gonna jinx us like that?
We're basically gods, right?
I mean,
she walks over to the door frame. She's like, I can't believe... She turns around. I'll see you tomorrow morning for the coronation.
I mean, they call me the untouchable if, stuff like that gets you nervous. I mean,
Well,
I found that out earlier today.
let's hope you're not completely untouchable. And she walks out.
Sammy, you
Hey,
owe
yo.
us a wedding one shot after this.
I already thought of names for our children. It's awesome.
You were doing so good. So good. Until you went, the heroes always win, right?
I gotta
Ryujin is
say,
gonna sloppy cry at the wedding, by the way. Just saying.
gotta say, Coralexios, great couple name.
Yes. Perfect. It's perfect. You have
Yeah.
all of the letters.
All right.
I'm just saying,
so,
if we do this wedding one shot,
The
Honora's
ship
gonna
is real.
look at Artemis from the Beast Watch. Put me back. Put me back.
yeah.
Coming back.
Adagio, just for my own clarity, are you asking Ryujin to bring you back the night before the coronation or the day of?
When does the coronation take place?
It's gonna be in the morning.
Okay, then tell him to come the day before because I also want to go trade the heart for that pearl.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Sure.
Yeah, just
And
I
then
imagine you would shoot me a message.
I'd be like, pick me up the day before the coronation.
Okay.
I'm in Delphi,
Says,
obviously.
don't tell him where. Just pick me up.
I mean, I'm gonna assume it's Sunbrow Manor. That's probably where I'll
Yeah.
go.
Drop a pin on that.
Send me the
And then-
address.
I literally imagine. And then while I'm in Delphi, I want to get an outfit. Phoebe has a symbol, right? She was a Titan.
Yeah.
But what does her symbol look like?
Her symbol is an eye.
Is an eye, just like an open
Yeah.
eye?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I want my outfit to like very much reflect like oracle, like crystals and like weaving futures, and like her like just like main chest piece right here would be the open eye.
You got it.
Are you
And it looks dope as fuck.
using
And it's
Infirminati
gonna be
illumed.
all black because fuck the sun.
Yeah. The only bright part of you is the red of your hair.
Ryujin pulls up and he's like, "Where did Dachio go?"
Who the
Dachio?
fuck are you?
It's a nice change. Takes some
Oh, yeah.
adjusting. I think you look good though. The red hair suits you.
But my hair would have looked like had I not been modeled after Apollo. You
Well-
remember my mom?
No.
Redheads on that side.
I see. So where
Well,
to?
I do have a task.
Where?
Because when the last time we saw that dragon, I really wanted this pearl. And it'll lead to something, not world changing or anything. Just something of a personal interest that, wields the power of gods and titans and can potentially change timelines.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but okay, yeah, sure.
Let's go! Best person
um,
for this adventure.
Really quick, Sammy.
Yes.
The Kraken's teeth. How big are the Kraken's or Tromocrates' teeth?
Teeth? They vary.
Mhm.
The smallest ones are about the size of... Say the smallest ones are about 6 inches long. And then they can get to, like, over a foot long.
What about the 6 that I have?
Those, I would say, are in the 6-inch range each.
Okay. So. Okay. Let's have. All right. Okay.
All right? So you
I
teleport...
can't remember. There wasn't a teleportation circle, was there?
No, not there. But you've been there.
Okay.
I thought you grabbed
Yeah.
like a piece of stone like you normally do.
Don't we have like a focus to her?
Yeah. You're right.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
that's true.
So that's from there. So
Yeah.
yeah. I'm gonna.
All right.
Yeah, I'll send him a message with the focus. Say, hey, gonna stop by here in like 30 seconds. Don't eat us.
I await your visit.
You
Just like you
Teleport back to Apple's Folly in the Trident Sea and find yourself standing right outside of the ramshackle shop of Elea the Collector. As you open the door, you see it looks just like how you left, with Elea in her human form behind the counter. A pleasure to see you again.
You as well. I have one question. You don't happen to have any like necklaces or talisman that are like it's like a little something you can go into, little room, nothing like that.
Not at the current moment, but I can keep my
Shit.
eyes peeled for you.
It's okay. It's okay.
I believe you have something you would like to trade?
I do. And then I'll bring out the heart of Tromocrates. What?
Ooh.
What? I always get their
Tromocrates,
I
yeah.
always get their names mixed up no matter what. About the heart of Tromocrates, the untouched one.
She takes it and puts it on the counter and just sort of quickly examines it.
What'll this buy us? And then I'm gonna elbow nudge Adagio a few times while still looking at it.
This is a beautiful specimen, and unique. What is it that you have your eyes on?
pearl of what's his name? No, I don't remember his name.
The crystal of Archimedes.
I was gonna say that, and I thought that was Alexius's brother's name for some reason.
An interesting purchase. You are aware that the crystal has never been proven to do what it claims it can do.
That's okay.
Well,
What am I gonna do for Kraken's heart? Kraken? Nope, wrong creature.
you're
Yeah.
you're
No,
totally
yeah.
right. You did right 3 for 3.
Traumocrates the Kraken, yeah. You got it. Traumocrates was that guy, that Kraken.
That Kraken.
I believe one heart of Tromocrates is a more than fair trade for the crystal of Archimedes.
Absolutely.
So you ready to rip the fuck off the way that sounded?
What else would you desire?
I forget
What else is
happened to
there?
Shaw. If he cuts me off one more time, like if I didn't grab this heart myself, I'd say I love you, Regent.
There's a flying chariot still here. There is the golden apple. There's the head of the Trojan horse. There's the wings of Daedalus. There's some stuff.
See, my initial thought was the apple, because I thought it was funny that gods would fight war over it. And then my second thought was the wings. You know?
Just get the wings and hand them to Alexius and be like, make some, now. You have a pattern.
Those are the ones that Icarus fell on.
Well, there's two sets.
The ones that are here
the one
are
that-
Daedalus's ones. The other ones are
The ones
lost
that, you know.
to time.
the ones that, you know.
The one that made
survived.
it.
You know.
I can only think of
Yeah.
Brennan Lee Mulligan having a breakdown on Game Changers anytime I hear the name Daedalus.
What would that give me? Like a flying speed of like...
You don't know.
Don't get too close to the sun.
I'm trying to avoid it, actually.
I was giving you the setup for the joke.
Let's see. Does the apple do anything, or is it just a golden apple?
You don't know.
Yeah. I'm asking.
Make
You're
review.
you're asking her?
magic.
If I eat this apple,
Don't you wish
or
you
if I
would've
hold the
brought me?
apple, she gonna do
I'll
anything?
cast detect. Oh yeah, I have detect magic. I'll just have that up the whole time, and so I know like what
But
school of magic it is.
It's not like identify, right? It wouldn't really tell me.
It'll tell you
Yeah,
what
it would,
to
it,
do.
would, it would
magic.
tell you if it's magical and what kind of magic it is.
We should have
Um,
brought Alexios.
The golden apple does have a magical aura to it. It's an aura of enchantment magic.
It's an
ask her what
enchanted
would-
apple.
I want to ask her what the apple does.
Well, it is said that the apple carries an enchantment so powerful that the goddesses themselves fell under its influence and desired it more than anything in the world.
So if I ate it.
It is made of pure gold, so I would not recommend it. But this enchantment was placed on it by magic itself.
That's crazy.
Out of game question, does that mean the enchantment was placed on it by Hecate?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure I understood.
Yeah.
What a momentum. Not the golden apple. I really want that flying speed.
Yeah,
Pegasus,
the wings of Daedalus, Ryujin, you don't sense any magic on it at all. It is a purely mechanical feat.
Would that require
Yeah.
humans?
It doesn't feel magical at all. It feels very mechanical.
I will warn you about those wings, as I'm sure you are aware they have some glaring weaknesses, as they are mere prototypes per se. If you were to don them and use them, I would avoid heat whenever possible, and water whenever possible.
I'll take the apple and the pearl.
Well, let us not be so generous. The heart of a kraken is indeed a very valuable trinket, but it is not worth more than the golden apple. Certainly not
Damn.
plus the crystal of Archimedes.
Ooh.
The golden apple is a historical relic.
Can I get more? No. It's the only apple that would have been enchanted, right? All the other apples are golden, but they're just like golden apples.
If you are not happy with just the crystal, I would be willing to part with a certain amount of gold as well.
Ooh, how much gold we talking though?
I will give you the crystal and 500 gold pieces.
What if I wanted the wings and the crystal?
Then you would owe me money.
What if I take the crystal and we keep a tab open where, or if I bring other stuff? We have like an ongoing like trade system.
You hear, although she's in her
Take
human
credit.
form, this extremely deep guttural, and she has her smile on. My patience wears thin. Do we have a deal?
I'll take the damn crystal and go.
You
Just
want
the
a
crystal?
credit. You wanted to store
I'll take
credit.
the crystal. I'll take the crystal and the 500 gold, I guess.
Okay. You can
I
add
think that's-
500 gold to your inventory. You can remove the heart of Tromocrates, and you can add the crystal of Archimedes. Right now, you can just make it a custom item, but I'll make it an actual item on D&D Beyond for you.
So I'm pretty sure that's the first money anyone in the party has gotten since we raided the Horde.
That sounds about right.
We've been working on savings this whole fucking time.
Yeah.
I'm broke
If
as
that's
fuck.
true, I still have over 10,000 gold.
You had a shit ton
Jesus
before everybody else
Christ.
anyway.
How much is it? Well, no, never mind.
The fucker. Honora had
Okay.
a bunch, but Honora gave a bunch of it to make the symbols that we didn't even fucking use.
Remember
Adagio.
we talked about... Yes.
Sorry, Ryujin, you see there is a strong divination magic coming from the crystal.
Mhm.
Adagio, the crystal does not need to be attuned. As you hold it in your hands, you see it's a beautiful sort of oblong crystal, and there's a single black, almost like oil drop that is on the inside. No matter which way you turn the crystal, the black oil dot remains exactly completely stationary. As you have the crystal in your hands and try to activate it, try to make it do whatever it's going to tell you to do, the oil begins to move in a circle around the entirety of the crystal. Not at any sort of rapid speed, just sort of consistently going around and around and around.
Can I like... Oh, we're still at the shop, right? Can I like
Yeah.
show it to her and be like, has anyone ever held this before?
Did you just give him a magical compass?
Everyone who has held that item has experienced what you are experiencing now. Some believe it is merely because the crystal is worthless and does not work. Others believe that something else must be going on with it. The oil is clearly trying to tell us where to go, but it does not seem to know, or it is confused.
Maybe it works on a different plane.
Perhaps.
We'll hold on to it.
Out of
Okay, go ahead.
character,
Check it out.
I have an idea for Adagio, real quick. Can you cast Scrying?
No, I'm not that strong of a cleric.
Damn it, for some reason I thought you could use the cauldron. I don't know why. Because if this is linked to the Baby of Stone, you could use it as a focus when scrying to possibly see where it's at, right?
If it's actually linked to the Baby of Stone,
Would you be able to use it to help channel that idea?
I have zero idea.
Let me see the specifics of Scry.
I can pull up scrying and see.
Yeah, I got it right now. Let me see.
I actually...
Possession or garment?
Not.
Or like-
I don't really know. It's not a part of the Baby of Stone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is more similar to a compass attuned to the baby than anything else. So I don't know if it would help you very much.
Okay, it was just a quick
good
idea
idea,
out
good
of
idea,
character
good idea.
that Anna had.
All right.
Can I
So-
ask Phoebe?
Yeah.
He says that the Titans always ruled from this plane alongside humanity, right?
Yes.
Or that's what most of the Titans say?
Yes.
Yeah. Where was Kronos, like, opened when the gods popped out of him?
The divine battlefield.
Heard. All psychically above my. I don't even think
Yeah.
Regin would honestly pay attention, nor would he even know what's happening.
It's funny that you say that, because while this is all going on, I'm gonna go off into the corner, kind of a little ways away from you guys, and I want to take out, because I still have it on my person, the horn.
Ah.
What's going on with that?
It looks dormant, but nothing about it has changed.
Do I get the same feeling from it when I touch it?
You get no feeling from it whatsoever. It feels not that it is no longer functional, but that it is sleeping. That you've like turned it off.
He like regenerates and comes back.
Oh God.
I don't like how you smirked, Sammy, when he said that. I don't like that. I don't like that.
I think at this point we can't trust Sammy's smirks because he smirks at everything.
It's true. I do my best, even when you guys
Um,
say stuff that's completely wrong. I do my best to try to fake the same reaction.
But we'll never
Can
know.
what magic am I getting from it? What school?
Conjuration,
It is still okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
but it's very faint now. Like the presence of the magic is still there,
Okay.
but it is certainly not in the same state as when you first looked at it.
Didn't
I
she
wonder what
want...
would happen if I blew into it.
You want to find out?
Phantom hand.
Like the body of Tribocrates like just like dumps in this like shop.
It's just the carcass.
The
I don't think
magicians,
he
No.
can teleport
the mages are
anymore.
like, yeah,
like,
but we
dude,
never
we
knew
worked
if it
so
was, like,
hard.
we never figured out if it was like
Um,
calling him or if it like summoned him or like yada yada.
Yeah, I thought, didn't we work with the
Ghosts.
theory that it called him and he went to where it called him? Wasn't that our working theory? I don't remember.
I wonder if I could retrofit it to a different creature.
It's a place to ask.
Who would you
I
want to
feel
summon?
like that's how you summon Tromocrates from like wherever he's at, or accident. Except for he's like a crackle lich. That's not
Yeah,
good.
let's not summon him and make him a lich somehow.
I gotta say though, if you
Okay.
could figure out how to change the horn to summon like your hippocamp or whatever, it would be the most OP
That's what I was
way to
thinking,
summon your
honestly.
hippocamp
Yeah.
ever. That'd be like using an Air Force bomber to drop off your bike.
Yeah.
That's the epitome of
Um,
hitting a nail with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
But it's exactly
You're
what Rage
thinking
would do.
too
Alright,
small.
Yeah.
so
You're turning it to a guy
Okay.
named Pete.
oh, God. I would like. Okay. Adagio, can you ask Phoebe a question for me? If is that possible?
Yeah, what's the question?
Is Tromocrates actually dead? Like for good? Dead? Like if I blow this horn, what happens?
Fusion has the brain cell today, it seems.
Do it.
I like you said the brain cell because it just comes and goes.
Does.
I feel like if I ask her, she's just gonna tell me what I'm already thinking. Where they're like futures where anything is possible, like she always does. And
I
I'm
think
like,
that's your only answer.
this is. I'll ask her
What would
like
happen in
mentally.
the immediate future if I blow into the horn?
I'll take the horn and be like, let's find out.
No.
Do it.
I'd be like, you want to know or you want to know? Do you want the
You
uncertainty,
summon
or do
a
you want to know
lich
for sure?
Tromocrates on her island.
Yo, red-haired Adagio is crazy.
You've
Right?
got an angry dragon plus angry Tromocrates as a lich on this tiny little island.
I was gonna call him like.
I'm weak.
Are you gonna ask Phoebe?
I guess I'll ask her mentally. I'll be like, "Ugh, what is it? What? Let me know what he wants to know.
The answer to his two questions are different. Blowing on the horn in this moment will do nothing, it appears. Is Tromocrates really dead? Yes. Forever? Unclear.
That's what I was thinking. I
You
didn't
fucking
need
called it.
prophecy
You
for
knew
it.
what she was gonna say.
Son of a bitch.
And then I'll turn to
Adagio's-
Ryujin and be
It's like I'm asking an
I wouldn't blow
8-ball
that horn if I were you,
question.
and just walk away. Turns to Ryujin, I wouldn't blow that horn if I were you, and just like starts to walk off.
Noted.
You know how Adagio can tell the future? With Phoebe, he doesn't even need that ability because he knows what Phoebe's gonna say.
Yeah.
Me and Phoebe are just so in tune. She's like, why are you asking? What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know the answer.
You're like, trust your gut. You'll be
Yeah.
fine. You don't
Like
need
when
me
you
second
ask a
guessing you.
teacher if you're doing something right, and they're like, I don't know, you tell me.
All right. So, unless anyone
One
stops
final
me from...
question.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
For Leia this time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take out the empty potion glass with the scale in it. And I'm gonna say, how did you make this? It's just potential curiosity.
I have a lot of free time. That particular brew I made about 1,000 years ago.
How long did it take?
The longer it is aged, the more powerful the results.
I want to take out one of Tromocrates' teeth. Could it be recreated?
A potion of Tromocrates.
That would be fucking cool, but I don't know how your dad would feel about that.
She leans forward. Son of Poseidon. What an interesting proposition.
Listen, I'm not Tromocrates. And he had some wicked abilities, and it's temporary. It's a potion, and I think it would be better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. You know what I mean? Less curious.
She puts her hand around one of the teeth. I promise nothing, but I shall experiment with this piece.
Okay. Well, I hope to hear back soon, but it's a pleasure as always.
All right. Yeah.
Can I turn to Ryujin and be like, were we supposed to get Traeia gifts for her coronation?
I'll rub back inside. No, I'm just kidding.
Is that a thing we're supposed to do?
We killed
You
your
guys are
crack.
also guests of honor here as well. So
But I mean, how often do you become a queen of
it's
of
true.
a third
How
of the
often
world?
do you become queen? Like once in your lifetime.
You would think, yeah.
Unless she gets
Well,
a corona and she takes it back.
I will say the last evening before the coronation is upon you. You've all traveled back to Athens. You are enjoying your last night before the coronation. As you wake up the next morning, Honora?
Can I go give Adagio the outfit I got him?
Yeah, I'll say that you were able to put it in his room for when he came back.
I wanted to tell him why I did it at some point before the coronation or right after.
Sure.
Even if he doesn't wear it.
Cast him on myself.
I will say, Honora, you do get the impression from since the time Adagio has been back that he's not necessarily ready to talk yet.
Yeah, I want to just, when I see him, be like, hey, don't have to talk in depth. I got you this because you said that you are a raging fire, and I want to make sure you know that we do see you as that way. So, wear it or not, it's up to you. And I'm gonna walk away.
Big old ball of raging fire. I'm gonna elbow you in the side again, real nudgingly, you know.
Are y'all having a disagreement? Oh, and can I change my cure wounds thingy into a
This guy sucks.
disguise self?
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
That
Adagio, not Adagio, what did you just ask before that, Alexios?
Are y'all having like a disagreement or something?
He's rightfully upset with the gods. That's all I'm going to say. It's not my place to tell you what happened.
Gods, like,
Well,
as a
one
whole?
specific god, but also the god. I think the gods in general, but it's not my place. You'll have to ask him. It's not my place.
I look
I
down
widen
at my left hand and say, you think it could be the...
Not my place. You got all the answers you're going to get.
I look at a region. No? Filming? No?
They don't know anything, but the only answer you're getting from me is it's not my place. Ask Adagio.
I mean, the only
I'm just
people
now
here with
scared
experience
about
with
links.
links are you three. Ilme and I have never attuned to it. We don't know firsthand what that effect feels like.
Didn't Ilme carry the morality one?
No.
That is true for a
Alexios
little
did.
bit.
For a very
Oh,
Were
that's
you
right.
attuned
Alexios
to
did, I
it?
thought.
That's
It was Alexios.
I don't think you attune to
I
it.
will say, as someone who's been attuned to a link, it depends upon the link. I'm pretty sure Phoebe's completely different than Demosthenes was.
I don't...
I mean-
Am I wearing Iapetus right now? I don't remember if I put them on last.
I don't think you put him back on yet.
I mean, it's a question of if you're attuned to him right now or not.
'Cause you
I'm
put him
never
back in.
unattuned.
I mean, then
I-
if your
I
character
don't
sheet
know.
says you're currently attuned to the link of Iapetus, then I'm going to assume that you have him on your finger.
Because I just know last session you would put him back in the cube and you said you'd think about it.
You did.
But when I talk to him... Oh, wait.
That was when you
Yep.
talked to him. You put him back in the cube and said you'd think about it.
Yeah.
So I woke up 3 minutes before the session last session. I'm sorry.
But if you'd like,
so-
you could have gone and taken him back. That's totally fine.
Yeah, I'm just gonna level the ring to my eye. Do you take over minds?
Would you like me to?
I don't like him.
True neutral.
No.
True neutral.
No. I mean, but is that like a thing you guys can do?
I have
Can
no
you
reason.
turn me against the gods?
I have no reason to take over your mind. Unless it will be interesting to me.
You know, for some reason when you talk, I feel comforted and like really threatened at the same time. I'll take
I
your
do
word.
tend to have that effect on people.
Why? Wouldn't you find it easier to be likable?
Mortality is not liked or disliked, it is merely there. I am the constant at the end of every story.
You. I like you, but I don't like you. I truly hope that you're not like trying anything dastardly.
Alexius is entering a weird lovers to friends or enemies to friends arc with this link.
Yeah. There's only one way to find out my true intentions, Alexios.
And that would be
Keep me around. See what happens.
you gotta understand, like as an Arisian, my first like thought to maintain this relationship would be to threaten you, but I'm trying this whole respect thing. So I'm really trusting you to not do what you could possibly.
My boy, it would be truly entertaining for you to come up with some sort of threat that would actually work on me. I leave you to it, and I hope you can come up with something.
I will lock you and your siblings in Tartarus for the rest of eternity again.
I've already been there. I'd prefer not, but that is hardly a threat.
Been there, done that.
I'll think of something. But until then, you stay ambiguous. Is that the word? Whatever you got going on there, and don't hurt people unless I say so. Please.
When I'm on your finger, it's all up to you, for better or for worse.
Iapetus is no longer the Titan of morality. They are now the Titan of sass. That is canon.
I look up at the table at the rest of everybody and just say, this is kind of nerve-wracking long term. Like, Temis was neutral. He's neutral too, but it's like
he's true neutral.
He's actually chaotic.
I agree.
Hey, he's
Shit.
saying that's what Honora is.
Yeah.
The chaos comes from him not particularly caring one way or another.
Honora's chaotic good, I think.
Yeah.
I just forgot what I am.
You guys see...
There's 10 out of 10 wouldn't recommend.
You see Cora walk into the room in this beautiful gown that Alexios has gotten for her and this stunning metallic owl centerpiece around her neck with her platinum full-face mask. Are we ready to go?
And I walk over to Alexios real quick and nudge him in the ribs. Did you finally get the fucking hint?
I mean, I knew, I just didn't know how to. I'm bad at this.
I'm just gonna, real quick, before I walk away to go actually start walking over to the coronation. I think you're doing better at it now, bud.
Thank you.
On the way to the coronation,
Yes.
I'm going to sidetrack off by myself for a moment
Okay.
and try to track down the mages and, I guess, artificers? Anyone else that's, working on the scales and, hide and stuff from...
Sure, I mean, this morning, no one's working on anything. Everyone is heading over to the coronation.
Oh, okay. Can I catch any of them before they go?
I'll say, yeah, I mean, you can run into Archmage Scare in the Gold Cloak, the one in charge of it all, as he's walking from the palace to the coronation.
I will do that. And I'll say, hey, how big are the scales? Roughly about the size of maybe like that, right? Decent size.
Depending on where we're grabbing them from, yes, there is quite a bit of variety.
Would you be able to add one more thing to the list of items to make, along with the armor and weaponry?
We are doing our best to create a wide variety, but if you have a request, of course, for you, we will oblige.
Mask. At one of the scales.
Interesting.
Alexios, why do you look so sad?
In the shape of
this.
in the shape of a dragon? Or just a generic sort of mask?
The shape of a dragon. Absolutely.
Eugene has no clue what he's doing.
I will alert the artisans and see if we could achieve this.
Fantastic.
No, we're going to get all of these things after God's Sight Day when the campaign is over.
I thought you were gonna ask him to get a plate made out of the scales for you,
Do
and
it!
I swear to God.
While I'm here,
Wait, did we ever do the skeet shooting
I
with
mean,
the plate the second night?
Yeah, I think so.
We never
did, guys.
actually said we did it, or not. I want to make sure.
We pulled
So,
that out.
theoretically, perhaps you could use a scale as a plate.
I would not recommend it, as many of them are cursed or in other ways dangerous.
What if you had someone that you didn't like, and they were at the table with you, and they did, you could serve them food on said plate, and just,
You're going to assassin's teapot a plate.
If you would like some scaled plates, I will see what we can do.
just one.
All right.
Thank you so much. You're my favorite person. I'll never
Well, we
forget
really
this.
must be getting to the coronation.
Okay, Traeia would kill Ryujin if he wasn't there.
All right, so you
I
all
walk in with an armful of scales. Sorry.
You walk out of the palace and you see, because the palace in Athens, unlike some of the other cities that you've been in, is fairly central to Athens. There are 3 large hills, and the palace sits on one of them. But you're going now down into the town center. There is a saltwater river that travels through the center of Athens, and right along its shore is an enormous divine olive tree. You all have passed these in these last 3 days, and you're very familiar with the story of the founding of Athens, of Poseidon staking his claim by cutting the ground and making this river, but making it saltwater so people couldn't actually drink from it, and then Athena planting the olive tree and therefore gaining the patronage of Athens. The olive tree is the centerpiece of this city square, and it is now where everyone has gathered. There is a stage here that is normally for theatrical productions or politics debates, that sort of thing. Currently, the entire Senate is on the stage, as well as the entire Society of the Hundred Hands, all of your friends. You see Traeia sitting in a chair beside Anemios and Cassandra and other members of the coalition, and right in the center of the stage is a throne that sits currently empty. You are all ushered onto the stage with your friends. Everyone looks beautiful as all of Athens and beyond is here for the celebration. And that's where we'll take our break. We will be back so soon. Don't go anywhere. Lots of fun and interesting things to come. We'll see you soon. And welcome back. Let's hop right back into the moment. But actually, before we hop into that moment, one quick thing to add. Will all of you please, on D&D Beyond, remove your armor?
No, because I am wearing it.
Can I keep the breastplate on? Because Honora would keep it on because it's the only thing that gives them extra hit points.
Sure.
Like, under the toga.
I'm wearing all of it and the toga. I learned my lesson.
Okay.
No.
Honora's scared of dying, okay?
So you guys are fully armored and weaponed at this thing?
I don't think
I'm not gonna look like
I took mine off.
Like it?
I took mine off. It is off.
I mean, if you'd like to
I do
cast
not have
disguise
it
self,
on.
that would be cool.
I'll take
but I
my
have
stuff
all my
off
shit
too.
on.
I'm
I
going
guess I'll
to
take it
use
off.
that item to cast disguise self on myself to look like I'm wearing the toga.
Interesting. Okay, yeah, 100%.
No, Honora would take it off.
Okay.
The only thing
Hold
I'm
on, it won't
taking
let me
off
get
is
rid
the
of my
eye
temporary
patch
hit points.
for this.
Okay, but would it be weird to be
occasion.
holding? Would it be weird if I was holding my siren, my siren lyre?
So-
Maybe.
Are
I'll
we
leave it
allowed to
out.
take any weapons or anything?
I mean, here's the thing. You are allowed to do whatever you want, but you will certainly draw eyes and opinions will be formed because everyone else besides the soldiers on duty, is sticking to the dress code, basically.
Okay, but we're
What
the
about,
elite
like-
Reaper.
Alexios, can you cast it on me too? Is that something that's possible?
It's disguised self, so no.
Would
But
like
it says I can cast it out of the thing.
Yeah, but it's still a self spell.
guys self?
Hmm. Fair. Well,
Would,
here, let me
If the
double
range
check
is
my spells.
self,
I don't think I
then-
have it,
Then it
but
can only be targeted to yourself.
I know I
can't-
used to
you
have it.
can't.
My armor class is 13.
Mine's 12.
I'm a barbarian. This should be
Dude,
higher.
I'm pretty fucking good.
You could be in a rage the whole time.
You'd have to keep re-raging.
Would underbrush draw any eyes since it's a holy weapon? Like it's
I'll say you could feasibly have underbrush with you, and it wouldn't be terribly out
Fair.
of place.
okay, and I want to
Keep
have the
two
dagger
daggers.
marking still stowed somewhere
Sure.
on me where you can't see it.
Gotcha. Yeah,
I'll have
your
my
dagger,
daggers
Ilme, your
disguised,
daggers,
like,
no
underneath.
problem to hide those daggers. Very easy to hide.
I'll have
Alright.
rebirth, but not
I'm
selected. Like,
tooled up.
literally just the empty, like
Just the hilt,
nothing.
you got it.
Handle.
Yeah.
Use it to put your hair up like you used to.
I'm going for that like wild running through the fucking woods
Yeah.
look.
Yeah, that's
and
fair.
and
that's fair.
Alexios is fully strapped.
But no one can see it.
I am
Yeah, no
also
one can see it.
fully strapped. Yeah, but
You got
everyone
it.
Do
can
we
see it.
know
Did we
that
want to
Alexios
do
is
it
fully
or?
strapped?
I mean, I would say because of the duration of the spell, that he probably would have cast it right upon leaving the palace. So you guys would have seen him in his full armor, and then suddenly
Yeah.
he's not. So yeah.
I can cast it
Adagio,
full
you
time,
could be
so I
fully
can do it all
strapped, couldn't
day.
you? With the cloak of many fashions, you can make it cover him, right?
If I wore a cloak that completely covered me from head to toe, like a poncho.
Well, like the cloak of many fashions, like because you can change
It's still
it
a
to look
cloak,
like
though.
anything.
Yeah, but
You
it's still
could put
a
it
cloak.
over the armor.
Yeah,
And
but the
close
armor is,
Okay,
it's a head to toe leather armor. And my shield.
listen.
No, I wasn't
if
thinking of the shield. I was just thinking of like the armor, and you could close it to look like your toga.
I don't particularly care to wear armor at a coronation.
That's fair. It was just an idea.
And it
She
has
wanted it.
Apollo's blazing sun carved straight into it as he brought the sun back.
I was
All
just
right.
giving you the option because you said you didn't like being such a low armor class as a barbarian.
So
Do y'all
That's-
want me to
I have
store
high hit
y'all
points.
weapons and armor in my bag of holding?
What'd you say?
Do y'all want me to store y'all weapons and armor in my bag of holding?
That might be a
Wow.
smart idea.
And
Honestly, at this point, last time we went to an event and nah, I'm good. I'll keep it. I'll keep it all. I don't
Okay.
care what random people think.
Don't you
The
have-
people
That's
that know
fair.
me will understand why.
yeah.
you sure it's kind of like your sister's coronation?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, how would it look if I kept the armor and like maybe a small bag, but everything else you had with you? Would that be more presentable?
Sure. It's beautiful
Okay,
armor.
then we'll do that. Then we'll
Okay.
do that. I'll give
Yeah.
you my trident. I'll have my small pack with like random junk, and you can have like my shield, and I'll just we'll split it up
Alright.
so I
Or-
still look like
And obviously
presentable
I'll hold
for
on
the
to
occasion,
Phoebe.
but not full kit, I guess.
Or
I just don't
you
want to
could
die.
put on
Ryan.
extra armor, and when people see you next to Traeia, and you're like, "Hey, I'm her big brother," they're gonna be
Is
like, "Oh,
Ryujin,
I'm
like,
definitely not gonna fuck with the
A
queen
prince.
of Athens."
I have no idea what you just said, Alexios. I missed
So-
like all of it.
Be a duke, wouldn't he?
I mean, he's related to
If-
the queen.
if you were going by like British royalty standards, he would be a duke.
Okay.
It's unclear because that would mean that like every Poseidon demigod is a prince or a duke or something like that. So yeah, it
I like
varies.
that idea though.
Anyway, so
Sammy, don't Dylan's closet this shit. I have a 12 armors class.
Archpriest Agot of the Deepwater steps forward off the stage and addresses the general public. Thank you all for being here on this day of many occasions. But I would be remiss to not start our festivities today with a moment of remembrance for the king we have lost after a long and fruitful reign. Theseus Dragon Slayer, defender of Delphi, slayer of the Cretan Minotaur, the Sea Speaker, the God-touched, he who dined with death, son and champion of Poseidon and the unifying king of Athens. We honor you. We remember you. Your legacy lives on and shall forever live on. In keeping with ageless Athenian custom, he brandishes a pair of shears from under his cloak and approaches the olive tree. For the death of the king, we touch this sacred tree, much like our kings are sacred in our hearts. And we sever a piece of that tree as the piece of us that is forever severed with their absence. Takes the shears and trims one branch of this tree as it falls to the ground. He catches it and slowly, one by one, takes all of these small leaves off of the branch, collecting them all into a pile until he has one hand full of these little olive needles and one with just a bare branch. He goes back to the stage and places the leaves in the hands of Queen Traeia. We present the leaves to the grieving widow. The branch, as is done for all kings of Athens, and has never been more apt than for this. We place the branch in the seawater river and let it wash away into the future. He places the branch in the river as it slowly drifts down and out of sight. There is a collective moment of silence, of remembering. Thank you. Now, to change pace a bit, we are not only here to celebrate a life and to crown a new ruler, we are here to celebrate the victory of this city, of our friends, against an evil of the Age of Titans. We are here to honor, turns back to you all, the hands of fate and the society of the 100 hands, and all of the Athenians who lent their hands, who lent their bodies, who died in service of this quest. To the builders, to the mages, to the soldiers, we thank you all. The Archmage has a gift for everyone who contributed to the battle. And you see Scarin the Gold Cloak come around with a large chest in his hands. And you see, he starts with the soldiers, all of the archers and the ballista people that were at the battle. And he pulls from his chest what looks like part of a tooth of Tromocrates with a metal rod through it. And he pins it to the lapel of these soldiers' togas, one by one. Some of them, they're all roughly the same size, about 5 inches. Some are complete teeth, most are sections of a tooth. Takes them through all of the soldiers and all of your friends, all of the demigods, the once smoked Paloma, and then to you all, pinned to each of your togas is essentially a brooch made of the tooth of Tromocrates. Now, to tell the story of this amazing battle. We have 3 amazing musicians from the Athenian University. You see these 3 bards step onto the stage. In the days since this battle, many songs have been written to tell the story, but only one song has seemed to ignite the passions of the folks in the taverns. I believe most of you know it, and you can feel free to sing along. But for those of you who have not heard it, I will let the bards introduce their own song. There's some sort of gentle applause as a half-elven bard steps forward and bows deeply towards the stage. We present what we hope to become the true and well-known story of the battle that we all just experienced. And we call it 3 of 3. And there's some cheers from the audience, clearly some recognition already. And the 3 bards begin to sing. Let's see if this works.
A 1 of 3 to rise again, 2 of 3 to fight, 3 of 3 to reign and keep us in her sight. A 1 of 3 to rise again, 2 of 3 to fight, 3 of 3 to reign and keep us in her sight. The seas were stormy and the waves did chop. The Kraken Lord was never gonna stop. So what will Poseidon do to halt his sins? He gathered together a trio of his kin. A 1 of 3 to rise again, 2 of 3 to fight, 3 of 3 to reign and keep us in her sight. A 1 of 3 to rise again, 2 of 3 to fight, 3 of 3 to reign and keep us in her sight. The first of 3, the reigning champion, he fell in Nepeot, the favorite child gone. But wait, in the sky, what's the figure above the slog? Theseus returned with powers of the gods. A 1 of 3 to rise again, 2 of 3 to fight, 3 of 3 to reign and keep us in her sight. A 1 of 3 to rise again, 2 of 3 to fight, 3 of 3 to reign and keep us in her sight. 2 of 3 gathered friends around, planned to blow the ancient horn that he had found. Tromocrates filled the sea below, but he broke his exoskeleton to land the killing blow. A 1 of 3 to rise again, 2 of 3 to fight, 3 of 3 to reign and keep us in her sight. A 1 of 3 to rise again, 2 of 3 to fight, 3 of 3 to reign and keep us in her sight. The final child was the secret heir, sailed the ocean growing strong and fair, took control when she heard the king was dead, evacuate the city, put the crown atop her head. Let's go! A 1 of 3 to rise again, 2 of 3 to fight, 3 of 3 to reign and keep us in her sight. A 1 of 3 to rise again, 2 of 3 to fight, 3 of 3 to reign and keep us in her sight. 3 united and now Athens stands. The Kraken Lord never stood a chance. Victory and the city unscathed. Athenian protectors leaving us to sing the praise. Come on! 1 of 3 to rise again, 2 of 3 to fight, 3 of 3 to reign and keep us in her sight. A 1 of sing a rise of three, a two of three to fight, three of three to rain and three must stay in sight.
A cheer from the crowd as the song ends. Clearly a fan favorite. There are shouts for Traeia and Ryujin to take a bow, which Traeia obliges Ryujin.
Push Ryujin
Yeah,
forward
yeah.
and make him bow.
The applause
That was
eventually.
fantastic.
Thank you. I hope it came across on stream. If it doesn't, I'm gonna put like a really clear version in the edit on YouTube, so you'll definitely be able to hear everything.
I mean, we could hear it, so it should have come across
Okay,
the stream.
awesome.
But that was
Amazing.
so cool.
Whew! So, at the end of the song, once the crowd has gotten back to a general state of merriment, the Archpriest goes, "And now we come to perhaps the most important part of this event. The coronation of the new leader of our city. All of the senators will come forward and place their vote on who should take the throne. As that is happening, if anyone would like to come approach the stage with gifts or well wishes, now is the time to do so." You see as one by one, each of the senators comes and kneels in front of Traeia, essentially voting. It is a vote, but there's only one candidate and everyone's already agreed. So as the senators one by one go and place their vote, the common people come and leave baskets of sweets or wooden carvings that they've made or other sort of things, just small things to show their appreciation for the new queen. After a few minutes of this, you hear the sound that you all now have experience with. The unmistakable sound of lots of soldiers at the same time coming to attention. As the sound of this reverberates around this city square, the merriment sort of dies out and heads turn towards the back of this square. As all these Athenian soldiers around the rim have spears in attack position, as three figures walk into the square. One is wearing a helm not unlike the Athenian helms. Soldier, clearly. But with nothing under his armor, just brass. And instead of the plume going lengthways, it goes across the width, which you know in Athens denotes a particular high station, a general of some sort. But instead of a blue plume, his plume is bright red. On the other side of this central figure is a man in red robes, still armored, but very clearly a man of magic. Completely bald with some war paint, two straight lines going all the way from his eyelids down over his head. And in the center of them, walking with a slight limp, is an old gentleman, 60s, 70s. He's a brick of a man. He's stout but strong-jawed, wide-shouldered. Hair cropped short, scars along his face and his chin with a gray stubble. But along his brow is a crown. As this man gets closer and closer to the stage, the crowd parts for them. And when he gets to the foot of the stage, the soldier and the mage kneel respectfully. The man in the center looks at Traeia as Traeia stands to greet him. So you must be King Menelaus, then.
Aye. He's really dead, then.
Yes. Yes, he is.
You're but a child.
I'll grow. He gestures to his mage, who pulls out a bushel of grapes and places them.
Detect magic.
Huh?
Detect magic.
Okay. There is conjuration magic on the grapes. But you are a skilled arcanist. Go ahead and make an arcana check for me.
Who's that? Okay. I rolled an 18 plus 3, 21.
21. Detecting magic. You detected no magic, and then the mage flicked his fingers, and then suddenly there was conjuration magic surrounding grapes that did not exist prior. So you get the sense that the conjuration magic was in the act of creating these grapes out of nothing.
I see. Okay.
And he places them on the pile of offerings. As Menelaus and Traeia have not broken eye contact, and Menelaus just cracks a sort of side smile.
I'll be seeing you.
And he turns, the mage grasps his shoulder, and they both, all three, teleport and are gone. There's silence for a bit, and the archpriest, well, that was all right. Starting the reign off strong. Generally, it takes a few minutes, but the merriment comes back into place, and they get another. They're able to retrieve the imaginations of everyone in attendance, and the archpriest goes, "Well, all of the votes have been tallied, and it is a unanimous decision. Try if you would please." She nods.
There's one anonymous vote for a copy.
Traeia kneels in front of the archpriest as a servant comes with a pillow, and on top of this pillow is the crown that you previously saw on Theseus's head. The archpriest takes it. Traeia Quoxil of the Trident Sea, the White Streak, the Seaborn, the Three of Three, the Secret Heir, daughter of Traeina, daughter of Theseus, daughter of Poseidon, and the young queen of Athens. I hereby place upon your head the crown of Theseus, the crown of Perseus, and of all the Athenian kings that ruled between them. Their legacy is now with you. With this crown crafted by Athena herself, may it bring you wisdom and clarity, and may your reign last for years to come. He places it on her head. All hail, Queen Traeia! The common people all in unison. Hail! Hail, Queen! Hail! Traeia stands. Thank you. If I may, I have some things I'd like to do as my first acts of my rule. Archpriest, if you could please kneel. The Archpriest kneels in front of her, and Traeia goes over to her seat and pulls her trident, the trident that Ryujin gave her. She dips the trident in the river, pulls it out, and lets the seawater drip over the Archpriest's head. Archpriest Agot of the Deepwater, you have served Athens admirably. Through Theseus' reign, you have served. Through mine, you will continue to do so. But I ask of you to take upon your shoulders a new task. The alliance of Athens and Nepeot was one of the crowning achievements of King Theseus' rule. I do not wish for the legacy of that alliance to be lost with him. And so, as a native of Nepeot, I task you to help King Anagonios collect your people and rebuild your city so that we can once again share that special alliance. Archpriest, rise as Ambassador Agot of Athens, Archpriest of Poseidon. The Archpriest stands and bows to her. It would be my honor, my queen. And just a few more of those. Sorry. Anemios, would you mind? Seaman Anemios steps forward and kneels. She once again dips the trident and pours the water on his head. Before I was born, Anemios served Theseus. And then he was tasked by the king to look after me and keep me safe. It was a thankless job. I was not the easiest to take care of, but he never failed in his mission. You are like a father to me, and your guidance has made me the person I am today. And as I continue to deepen my relationship with Poseidon, I can only do that with you at my side. So, Seaman Anemios, please rise as Archpriest Anemios the Devoted. He stands, wipes a tear from his eye, and just embraces Traeia with a hug and gives her a kiss on the cheek. Speaking of favors to be paid, Cassandra, if you'd please. Cassandra kneels. Cassandra, as I'm sure you all know, is captain of the most fearsome ship on the seas, giving her the name the Blasphemous due to the name of that ship. But if it will be my honor to spread the truth about Cassandra, that she has never been blasphemous, she has been a devout follower of Theseus and servant of Athens, and she can captain a damn good ship. So Cassandra, Captain Cassandra the Blasphemous, please rise as Cassandra the Fearsome, General of the Athenian Navy. And there's 5 more that I need to do, but I'm going to do them all at the same time. Hands of Fate, could you guys come over here, please? you all kneel in front of her, and she, one by one, dips the trident and drips the salt water over you. Alexios Dragonsbane of the Hands of Fate, the Untouchable, the Cannon Hand, the Rekindler of the Flame, Champion of the Vulturan Colosseum, and son of Hephaestus. Ryujin of the Hands of Fate, the Rising Tide, the Unbroken, the Two of Three, Slayer of Dragons and Krakens, and son of Poseidon. Anura Gravitis of the Hands of Fate, the Horned Star, the Reborn, the Muse Blood, the Huntress Child. Ilme Delphiborn of the Hands of Fate, the Fleetfoot, the Eagle Eye, the Silent Death, and daughter of Hermes. Adagio of the Hands of Fate, the Beacon, the Raging Fire, the Fate-Touched, the Savior of the Light, and son of Apollo. I am honored to call you all my friends and my allies. And it is my privilege to name you all officially friends of Athens and personal advisors to the throne. Rise and give me a hug.
Group hug right now. Anora's like crying the whole time.
Traeia turns to the rest of the crowd. I hope that I can deserve eventually the admiration that you have already showed me. It is new, and I take it extremely seriously. I know I am young. I know that I am a foreigner. But I have the blood of the Queen and of Poseidon running through my veins. I have the words of Anemios. I have the passion of Cassandra. And I have the most incredible allies already at my disposal. I know I am young. And I will not lie to you and say that I can promise a reign of safety and peace. There will be enemies that look at me and think that Athens is now weak, and only we know how wrong they are. Athens has never been stronger, and it will only get stronger still. For Athens. The crowd erupts in cheers. She is clearly extremely popular already. What follows the coronation is an entire evening of celebration. Feasts are held. Dances, songs. You hear that bard song like 8 more times throughout the day. People are getting drunk. People are getting fat. People are dancing and loving. And it's beautiful. Is there anything you guys would like to do tonight?
Yes.
I'm gonna go buy Traeia
I'm not
a
going
drink.
to be drinking,
Okay.
but I am going to have detect magic up constantly, and I'm gonna have Kai invisibly circling the whole time, trying to like keep an eye out, and I don't know, kind of just gonna try to stand guard a little bit, you know?
You got
I'm gonna
it.
help Eugen out with that one. I'll go ahead and pop out a familiar using a wild shape to help Kai out, so that he's
Okay.
not run ragged trying to circle everything.
You got it.
I'm gonna see if Lathos wants to dance with me.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, if it's a persuasion check,
Can I help
I'm just
him
gonna be
somehow?
like, I feel like
Hold
at
on.
this point, like
Hold on.
if I have constantly like convincing him to do things, I'm just gonna let it go. Instead, I'm gonna use my intuition and future ability to see who does want to dance with me and just spend the whole night like hopping from partner to partner.
Okay.
I mean,
Go ahead and make an insight check for me
Smart.
with advantage.
with advantage.
With advantage. 2d20s.
Can Honora like help Adagio out in some way throughout the night since I have such a high passive insight? She's like,
I have
hey,
a high
go talk to that
insight.
person.
My passive insight is an 18.
I'm 1 point.
Yeah, literally.
I thought it was. Oh wait, no, it is your insight. Ilmai's got the perception. What is I thinking you had perception?
I rolled 2 8s. Imagine that. Is that an 8? That's a 9. Haha. 17.
17. Lots of people want to dance with you, and you dance with a lot of them. But with your insight, you also get the sense that someone specific would like to dance with you.
Ooh.
One child of Hades.
I'm weak AF.
With your role, you get the sense that he wants to. He's a little uncomfortable about him wanting to. He doesn't really want to show it. But
I'm gonna get a couple
like
good
being nervous, but
dances
not-
in.
Talk with him. Go chance.
Get a couple good dances in, and then be like, oh, just taking a punch break over here. How you doing, Lathos? Your dance card must be so full with those good looks.
not much of a dancer.
No. What else are you gonna do at the party?
Drink and observe, I guess.
Okay, well, I'll grab a drink and I'll like point at like 2 people in like the corner. I'll be like, what do you think those 2 are talking about?
Maybe how cool the coronation was.
Come on, Lathos, give me something interesting. He's clearly having an affair and she's confronting him.
Oh, yeah, maybe, yeah. You're the one who can see the future and stuff. So, yeah, probably right.
Not really a set in stone thing. I can see possible futures. Things are always changing. I think humanity has an interesting way of surprising you in some ways.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Isaac, I just sent you the best pickup line. Please look at that.
No, I don't want to. I'm embarrassed now.
Such a good pickup line.
I don't like to look into my own future. Oh, no, don't make me.
You don't have to.
Can I just, like-
You need to see that.
I'll like swig back my entire drink in like one gulp and be like, did you want to dance with me or?
Oh, I mean, I'm not a very good dancer, so.
That's okay. I'll teach you, and I'm gonna start dragging him over.
Okay. He is a very clumsy dancer, but it's kind of
that's
endearing.
My
And
God,
you,
he's adorable.
you do have a nice dance with him. By the end, he even cracks a smile.
If he doesn't compliment my new hair color at least once, it's over.
Typical of that type of guy to be like, did you get a haircut or something?
You're like, you did something different.
Yeah.
He's like thinking back. Was his hair always red?
Yeah. Alexios, you're also pulled onto the dance floor by Cora multiple times as well.
Can I like bump into them and be like, oh my God, are we swapping partners? Steals Cora away without even asking. That dress is
I'm gonna give
amazing.
myself a chance on you. I can't dance.
Oh my God.
Can anybody in the party dance besides Adagio?
Ilmay's got a really high dex.
Absolutely.
Fair.
Ryujin,
It's all
That's
about
okay,
being
but-
confident and charismatic, alright?
Ryujin, Dardania comes up
trying
to
to
you
keep
and he goes, "Were you planning on asking me to dance at any point?"
Oh,
Do
I
it!
wanna.
Yeah, I'll just like do a little bow and take Dardania's hand without saying anything and just walk out to the dance floor.
Can I walk over to Ilme and you know that scene in Gravity Falls where the mayor and the dude like dance through the crowd because no one was dancing with him? Can I go over there and explain something like that to her and be like, this is what I feel like we should do, but we don't have to? I just think it'd be funny.
I mean, sure.
I think it'd be funny. That's all I could think of this whole time was that one scene.
As multiple people come around you to ask you to dance, you guys begin dancing with each other instead.
Well, people were coming to ask us. I feel bad now.
Yeah, random people, yeah.
Yeah, I want
I would have turned down everybody because I would be like, I
Aw.
don't dance with strangers.
Fair. At some point in the night, I want to try and go just to make Alexios happy because he called me out on it. Find one of the bards and dance with one of the bards because apparently Honora has a type, and I'm gonna
For
keep
sure.
with it, motherfuckers.
You do
For
have
sure,
a type.
yeah.
But keep with it, motherfuckers.
You can dance with all three of the bars at the same time if you want.
It is ancient Greece. I was gonna say when in Rome.
They are
but when in
bards.
ancient Greece.
Yeah.
oh God.
Do you think they're a bad dating choice because they're bards?
Probably. Hey, Eric's is here, right?
Yeah, Eric's is here. Eric's is dancing with Traeia.
Okay, I was gonna be like, make sure he's dancing with Traeia at some point.
Yeah.
Does he have like a title? Is this something we should be calling him now?
Probably
He
not.
was the one who said,
Is he like a
"Keep
king
the
in
Athens,"
waiting,
and
or-
I like whacked him upside the head for it.
Like, I don't
He
know.
is
Should I
the
call him
queen's
Sir
boyfriend
Eric now.
He's the queen's consort.
Yeah. Ilme, after your brief dance with Anura, when you're back on the sidelines, essentially just observing, you see Iasis pull up next to you. I'm not much of a dancer either.
Find the enjoyment in dancing. I'm more of a people watcher.
As am I. I have seen you. You are very light on your feet.
I would say so.
We should spar sometime. I believe it would be quite a sight.
And where are you going with this?
Well, you are extremely quick and good with your crossbow and the daggers and that sort of thing. I am also fairly quick and good with my hands, and I just think it would be a fair fight.
Well, kind of over this. You want to go now?
Oh my God.
Tell you what, let's meet up tomorrow. I am, and sort of the smile on his face sort of fades a bit. I'm still getting used to this new body of mine. But soon, yes, we shall.
I keep forgetting that. The new body. You look the same.
Yes, it's... In some ways, it I think would be easier if I looked extremely different. Because I feel extremely different. I used to have a scar right here from a ram when I was a child. And I barely noticed it, but now I cannot help but notice its absence. And it is very freaky.
How's it been not... You don't have that connection to Zeus anymore,
Like
right?
had...
I know you didn't have much of one anyway, but...
Yes. But
you,
yes.
you were able to reach out to him.
Yes, I...
When we were asking.
do not seem to be able to do that anymore. And I tried to reach out to Hera as well, and she... Perhaps she just was not listening at that moment. Perhaps. Or perhaps she knows
I
that
don't have
I'm
the
not
best
really
of-
her kin, so why should she care about me?
Well, I don't have the best of luck either. So I didn't even know that I was a demigod until not long before I joined the Hands of Fate.
Yes, that is actually something I quite enjoy about you. Many of your friends, no insults intended, but they are very tied to their gods. Their powers are very tied to their gods. But you are extremely independent from your gods. You're both fast, but beyond that, there is not much connecting you. It is refreshing that you are your own person.
Yeah, I don't have that close of a relationship to my dad, and it's okay. There's no need. I had no need for him for the first 15 or so years of my life, so I'm doing okay without.
Well, I am certainly in that club as well. I went from being a half-child of Zeus to now having 2 godly parents and simultaneously no godly parents. So we are just figuring it out as we go.
Yep.
I will not bore you anymore. I'm sorry. It is hard for me to talk about anything beyond what I am currently experiencing. This is new to me. I don't usually talk this much, but perhaps that is a new body that is, I don't know.
It's okay. I'm not much of a talker either. Like I said, I like to watch, see the interactions between people.
Well then, let us stand in solemn silence together and judge everyone that we are looking at.
All right.
Alright, so you have a very festive evening. Everyone is having a great time. The party moves from tavern to square to the palace. It's everything is happening everywhere. But eventually, you all find yourselves in the wee hours of the morning. Finding rest after an exhausting day. Ryujin, Anura, your familiars, while picking up magic throughout the city, do not pick up any threats to this day. It seems like the day went by without incident.
I cast Wall of Fire 4 times.
I don't know if my familiar account you was like the kind of threat I was looking for. I was looking like for someone trying to assassinate Traeia.
What,
Was
Alexios?
anybody else thinking that, like, they hope he was trying to flirt because Ilmay would fuck him up in a fight?
Yeah. So
I don't want to
in
see
all of
that.
I love how everyone got like, somebody who was really interested in Nora was like, well, I'm gonna dance with the bards. Fuck it.
The bards were like, fucking sweet, yeah.
My initial thought was like, how old is Isis? Like the big brother. I was like, wait a damn minute. And then my second thought was, if it's a new body, is he a virgin now?
That was also my thought last session.
Yes, Isis's hymen is intact. Yes.
If he has no scars on his face, it just,
So Anora's gonna do something really out of character and go home with one of the bards because they're, gonna die pretty soon. Might as well make the most of life in the meantime.
And are you actively choosing to go home with only one of them?
We're in ancient Greece. No.
All right. Then I'm going to roll this d6. You go home with 2 of them. Nice.
Anora's got more game than Anna does.
And they see stars. All right.
So you said that? So what I sent Isaac
You
for
did
a
not just say
pickup
that.
line was like right after Lathus had said, oh, you see the future, right? I said, tell him you see him dancing with you in the future.
I was
I can
embarrassed.
see into the future. Hey, you got what you wanted anyway. All right, so you all wake up the following morning. You can get your armor and weapons back on. You're well
you gotta
rested.
scare us like
back
that.
to the palace.
Why do I have to scare you like that? Because
Why you gotta
of course I'm going to
scare
scare you
us
like
like
that.
that?
Oh my god.
I really thought you were going to do like a Dallon's Closet situation. I was like, Sammy, please don't.
Yeah, I mean, it's assumed that if you have a big formal event where you have to take off your armor and stuff in any D&D game, shit's gonna go down. And so I was like, let's make shit not go down and just freak you guys out.
Oh my god.
So I was like, let's bring the King of Sparta in here too.
Drinking.
It's like the full walk of shame, trying to avoid the whole party. Like, don't see me. Think I was in my room all night, please.
I want me and Lathos to have like grabbed each other's shirts by accident on the way out.
Ooh,
yes.
nice. His very furry shirt and your toga, very easy to get misplaced.
Very clearly got dressed in the dark.
Yeah.
It was on purpose. It was a power move. I wanted everyone to know. I knew his shirt was mine.
Yeah. He was
Can I
like,
roll
God,
to
where
see
did
if
my shirt
anybody
go? I
saw
guess I
me
gotta
come
take
back
this.
in?
Make
I'll
a
just
perception
wear
check.
this.
Okay, so like perception, not stealth, to come back in.
Are you trying to avoid being seen, or are you trying to see who saw you?
When I come back in, I'm trying to avoid being seen, and then I
Okay.
want to check and see if anyone saw me.
So stealth.
Oh, fuck.
Alright, well, I will say, Ryujin was quite the gentleman, alright? Walked Dardania back to their room, went
Nice.
back to his room, was very chivalrous, alright?
I've
Beautiful.
already spent the night with Lathos. This time we might as well have fun.
I love
I feel
that.
like at this point, if I didn't
No, go
try
ahead, go.
something with Cora, it's kind of wrong.
Are you
I'd
doing
be
it?
missing the cue. I try, but like,
Yeah, she's totally down.
okay, yeah.
And
I
in
just
like
didn't
3
wanna miss
sessions,
the cue.
Cora's gonna be like,
Yo,
My mom's
I
gonna
can't
be
believe
so happy.
we are 2 years into this campaign, and for the first time, the Hands of Fate are getting laid.
Alexius got laid before.
Collectively.
Oh. I was a 1,
not from
A
it, but
1.
I'm trying.
and
Yeah,
my
so-
stealth was +2, so a 3.
So as you are sneaking back into the hallway where all of your rooms are, it happens to be the time where everyone is coming out of their rooms for the morning, and everyone's like, "Oh, come on!" and they just see you like stuck in the hallway, about to open your door to your room.
Last night's clothes still on.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolute mess.
Yeah.
Looks around.
Oh, so what's
I
the
must
grouping,
say-
alright? Who's all coming out of what room?
Yeah,
I'm-
wait. Who
I'm
else
waiting
coming out of
for
what
all
rooms?
the
What do I
guys.
see?
It's all of us. All of us are just like paired up, coming out.
Yeah,
just
I think
shovel.
Adagio and Lathos are coming out of Adagio's room. Alexios and Cora are coming out of Alexios' room. Ryujin's alone. Ilmay's alone.
And then
That's what you
Anora
got.
falls out of the door
Yeah.
with like 2 guards.
Yeah.
No, I went back to the Bard's College. I didn't bring
Yeah.
them back to the palace.
Yeah, you fuck in their dorm rooms.
I was
Not gi-
recently a college
you
student.
could
I
have
didn't
given
do-
them
I did
the
dorm rooms.
palace experience.
I'm just gonna like look at them, avoid eye contact with Ryujin and Ilmay because I see they're not with anybody, and I don't want to be shamed. And look at Alexios, nod my head. Look at Adagio, nod my head, and run in the room as quickly as possible.
I take out a bell, and I just start going, shame! I'm kidding.
As soon as he starts doing that, I like
No,
have
I'm
my
kidding, I'm
toga
kidding, I'm
half
joking,
off.
I'm
I'm
joking.
putting my armor back on, like a shirt back on. I'm gonna stick my head out the door. Listen, motherfucker, we might die soon. I gotta live once.
I'm joking.
So, you all, in your own time, get dressed, come down to have a bite to eat. The future is yours. What are you guys doing?
Gonna burn it to the ground.
Gotta stop.
It's
Yeah,
literally
he
my.
says that, like, right
Well,
in the
no,
middle of
so I didn't even
breakfast.
mean it like as you gotta stop. That you keep making references to different songs without meaning to. And I'm sorry, "Burn It to the Ground" by Nickelback is way too good of a song for what happened last night.
Look at this graph. You know what?
Says that right.
Screw it. I'm gonna go find Dardania again for breakfast.
Great. Yeah, absolutely.
Ryujin
I mean,
is smitten.
I can say that like all of you that are staying in the palace can have breakfast together as one large demigod group if you'd like.
Okay. I'm gonna sit next to Dardania and just annoy them playfully.
I'm gonna look down and not make eye contact and eat my breakfast and just be like, it's fine. not having an identity crisis. It's fine.
I'm gonna try arm wrestling Lathos.
All
How
right.
barbarians bond.
Can I give Adagio guidance on this one?
Sure. Go ahead and make a strength check, just pure strength.
I need to roll what I'm doing for the day.
This will determine our bedroom position.
Okay. Before you tell them which one, before you say yours, Adagio, what did Lathos roll?
What? I haven't
Why am
rolled
I'm not
mine
telling
yet.
you that.
What?
Because I can know before I subtract, I can know what he rolled. I just can't know if it succeeded or not.
Well, he rolled a natural 2.
I rolled
Okay, I
a
don't need to subtract
14 altogether.
Okay,
I rolled an
so
11. I was like, what an ugly number.
the beginning of your arm wrestle, you catch him by surprise, and you very quickly get to like a 45-degree angle. Make another one.
Oh, fuck. I forgot these were like multiple
You
ones.
took the wrist.
God damn it.
Oh, is that a 1? Is that a 1? No, it's a 7. It's a 7.
That's Sammy.
That's a 10 altogether. I'm rolling
That-
like trash
Now I
today.
can't know.
Yeah. He squeezes, you squeeze, you stay exactly where you are. You guys both got 10s.
Ah, weak. I'm
Go
gonna
again.
use different dice. This one's bubbly.
That fell out. What the fuck?
What the fuck? I rolled a 9 altogether.
I'm subtracting from Lathos's.
Go ahead.
Take 6 off of Lathos's.
All right, well, magically, no matter... You guys are both very weak after your activities last night. Your arms are sore, so you managed to easily get him down. You're not sure if he let you win or what was going on, but you definitely beat him in an arm wrestle.
Okay, and then I'm gonna shift my hand so instead of like arm wrestling position, I'm like holding his hand.
Cute. Smooth. Cora goes, so, what is the plan?
This is like the high school group that started dating
I
each other.
have something
It's
that
incestuous. I don't
Honora
like
and
it.
I need to do may take a couple days.
Were there any... I was with Ryujin. Were there any trees at Fort Aganar?
No, there's no trees on the entire plane of existence.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
Yo, we could put one there. Holy
We
shit.
could put one
Let's
between me
do
and
it.
Ryujin. We can
Let's
grow
do it.
trees.
Let's do it.
In fairness, it probably won't grow as quick as the one in the underworld did.
Yeah.
That's fine. It'll be a nice measure of time and progress. You know?
Is there a reason
Well,
it's
okay.
only you two going, not all 5 of you?
I mean, we can all go if it's okay. So it's in the plane of
I don't know what they're talking
water.
We have no idea what's happening.
Okay, I'll just explain the situation quickly. So, I'm all right. I'm just gonna give a quick rundown of everything so everyone's caught up and explain like, I am going to go look for a Merid to trade with and get a locket similar to the Stoneblood.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
From the the Ashleys, and so I can use the seed inside there and have the portal there. I don't feel comfortable putting it anywhere else, given that it's a direct line to like a whole, basically, village ecosystem, people living their lives, and a fort not far off from the throne of Poseidon, and it goes to another place. I would feel a lot more comfortable with a situation like that.
Okay.
We just put it in Forge.
Right here.
No.
Right here. I have a logic question, right?
Just put it in the pool.
The fear behind you, like, trying to find something to put the locket in, right? Or put the portal in would be, like, wouldn't it have the portal wherever you take it out of the necklace? Or whatever it would be? Or would you go inside the necklace to
I would go inside the necklace
portal?
to go into the portal. Yeah.
What happens to the necklace?
Just there.
Just It
I
just
can
falls
go
to
in
the
and out
floor
of
and
it.
just.
Their side of it.
Well, Stonehenge could go in and out at will, and that's Stonehenge or not Stonehenge. Sorry,
Stoneblood?
Stonehenge.
But you would still.
Stoneblood.
He is
Yeah.
Stonehenge.
Even then,
got
you
it
have to.
from-
So the thing is about that would be wherever you go inside of it, the necklace would still be wherever you just were, right?
Yeah, but he could make
So
sure he's
isn't
somewhere
that,
safe when
like-
he does it.
Isn't that?
Yeah, I'm not just gonna do it like randomly. I'll you know, and if I need to,
But
I
it's
can
not
always
like
have
you
one
can
of you
just
with
use
me.
it, right?
What do you mean?
Like, is it a necklace that just you can use? Because even if you're
I believe
somewhere
I
safe,
can
that's like
take people with. I guess I would have to double check.
But you would leave the
Um,
necklace there, right?
it'll just
Like
be
with
like,
someone else.
Listen,
hey,
I would
I'm
rather
gonna
have
go.
a necklace be left in a place for a small amount of time than have a giant big ass portal to another realm close to the throne of Poseidon and this whole ecosystem there forever. Because there's nowhere I know of that I would be comfortable putting that where we could access it easily.
Yeah. I mean, like,
So
he could
this is the
literally
best
just, like,
thing that I've
come
been able
back
to think
here
of.
and let Traeia hold on to the necklace while he goes and then pop right back out.
Yeah.
He's just got to be near
Doesn't-
someone he trusts
Or
to
one
hold
of
the
you,
necklace.
you know? Yeah.
That's just really vulnerable. Cause like, okay, like say like somebody like drops the gem in lava or something, right? How do you get back? Or does it like burn you or the portal? It's just really weird. Like it just, and then it just
For
seems
this
like
to be dropped in lava, though,
Okay, I
we
think-
also
I think
have
we're
to realize
overthinking
we
this.
usually
I
have
think
to
we're
go
overthinking
into
this.
the necklace near lava.
it's. I mean, yeah.
Okay.
It's,
All right. I understand there's flaws, but this is the best thing that I can do with this at this current time. All right. This is what I'm
I'm
doing.
not questioning you. I'm just saying. Well, yeah.
It's the safest way he can keep a portal where he can guard it when he's moving all around Gaia for stuff.
Okay, so we're
Yes.
or you guys are going to this other world
I
to
mean, you guys can
find
tag along
a
if
genie
you want.
necklace.
Yeah, I think originally the only reason it was going to be just the two of us is like we knew we could swim pretty fast and stuff like that, and then that
I
would
have
leave.
a swimming speed.
And Honora can plane shift, which
I can plane shift,
I
yeah.
cannot. That's why I have to get the necklace to put the portal in so I can get to this area. Otherwise, I have to have Honora plane shift every time, and it's a hassle. So it's
Yeah.
I'll also remind you, just in terms of swim speed, that Fort Agnor is literally a breeding ground for hippocamps. So
Yeah, that's
you
true.
can certainly borrow some
That's true.
hippocamps.
Yeah, I think it was a good bit of just like we were trying to make it where everyone could deal with other stuff that they needed to in the meantime.
Yeah, it was because Ryujin wanted to do it like then. And y'all was about to go from work.
Yeah, but I have to be there to plane shift you over right now
So
because
If
I
you guys
can
wanna
use
tag
the
along,
water
that's-
seed
that's-
as a tuning fork, right?
Correct.
Oh yeah, we did last time.
That's what I thought.
If you guys want to,
But we have a lot of things. We have so many things we're trying to do at the same time, aren't we?
Yeah, that's I think what it was is we were trying to make it where y'all could still do things.
But I mean, we're splitting up the party. Because
Across
outside of that, we
planes.
were also trying to get to the Titans who are still on Gaia, so we can figure out what they decided to do, so that we can convince the gods to do that with the other Titans, and getting up Olympus itself. And we had dedicated most of the time so that we can get to like a decent spot to start with.
Yeah.
Temis is right here in the city.
Can we
They don't
set
know
aside
where
maybe like 3
where they're
days
at.
max?
I don't even think it'll take us 3 days because it's about a day's trip to get
It's
there.
a day there, and then we
A day
can
back.
plane shift. Yeah,
Because plane shift just
Yeah.
will bring us right back where we're at, basically.
yeah. So like maybe a day and a half,
I don't
2 days
think
max.
Yeah, I don't want us to go to Olympus though and go through this whole big trial with you still having that water seed on you.
Yeah, once I have the necklace, it's going inside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
want you to like just have it in your pocket while we're doing
Just
it.
to have.
Also, if we all go, you can all see the fort. My fort. This is awesome.
Need to
I never
know,
owned
like,
anything like this. Is crazy. I lived in a shack when I was a kid. This is nuts.
Yeah, it would make sense for everyone to go if they want to. Like, anybody can go there. I can shift. How many people can I shift with plane shift?
You can certainly shift the party.
I can't remember how many people it is. 8 willing creatures. Like, I can do
8.
that, but it's just up to y'all if y'all have anything else you want to do or not. Like, I don't care. I just need to know who I'm shifting and when I'm shifting them.
I'm not saying I'm not gonna go. I'm just saying every time we have to do something with water, we end up getting attacked.
I mean, this is also in Poseidon's home plane, not far from his throne or the island. And, you know, it'll be fine.
Okay.
Never say that. Never say that. That's what you said when you went off and found the fucking Rakshasa.
Okay, deal. Or let's make a deal. Let's make a deal. If we get attacked in your father's home plane, after this war, we go to Nekeo and we go find your dad or go find your brother's Traeia. And you let me see it for like, I don't know, a day, maybe 2.
It's a lot of rebel to go.
We'll also say, wherever we're at in there, if we get attacked, I can plane shift us back here.
Which
We're
Titans
not
are we
running.
missing? Which Titans are we missing, Sammy? Is it just the cold one with the dragon and Kronos? My brain was like, gonna say Zeus.
But yes, those are the two. If you're
Zeus
not
is a
including Tethys and Rhea.
Is a
Yeah, and
very
Rhea.
scary thought, by the way.
Listen, there's Hippocamp. I'm pretty sure we have spells we can cast for like water breathing and stuff.
We gotta do this soon,
Yeah, I mean, it's
though.
up to you guys. Yeah.
I just, I mean, we can do it. I just didn't see the urgency.
I don't have shit else to do.
I kind of agree with Adagio in trying to figure out if we want to try and see where Tethys and Rhea are at, because it would be valuable information to know exactly how they weaseled themselves out of becoming linked.
Okay.
I mean, we're pretty sure on Rhea
can
because mother of the gods, but
I mean, Rhea did kind of help give birth to the dynasty of the gods and betraying them because
But she was also.
Zeus.
Was that Rhea? That was Rhea. Yeah, but she was also very neutral, right? She didn't fight on either side.
Yeah,
she didn't,
famously,
fight for the Titans, or...
Rhea essentially took herself out of the fight because she had so much to fight for on both sides that she stayed aggressively neutral.
I can't remember if what I'm thinking of is from like actual Greek mythology or Greek mythology in Gaia.
What are you thinking of?
There was like the whole thing though that like Rhea very quickly after helping Kronos gain power and stuff, very quickly realized that he had used her, and she was like, "Yeah, I'm backing up from this." Basically,
that's
hit her child.
That's more actual Greek mythology. You don't really know one way or another if that's true in Gaia. Since
trying to do this campaign while also actively reading Lore Olympus every week is really hard.
Sure, yeah. I mean, the reality is there's so little that's known about the Age of Titans and about the Titans themselves. Basically, the only information that you guys have mostly is about the Divine War, because that's when the gods came into the picture.
So, do we want to
the
split
best
up
place
so
to
that...
get information? Yeah, I was just gonna say the best place to get that information is the library in Xander, right?
That is the largest library in the world.
So,
you can also check the library on Fort Agenor as well.
Wait, didn't we? Wasn't one of the? That one was going to be able to tell us where they were, right?
Not necessarily. It's just
Sistemis had tried and she couldn't sense them.
I thought it was maybe it was the wisdom one. I don't know. I thought we had one of the links was like, use me and I can help you find these two, which is why we went onto the topic of why are these two not linked up?
And all those books, I'm pretty sure, are from the time of Agenor, so they are They are older. There might be something useful there. Who knows?
Do y'all want to? So do y'all want to split up so some people can work in Xander and some can work at Fort Agenor in the library? Because I can pop us all into the. I mean, Honora's been to Xander probably before with everything. I can pop us somewhere near where y'all can go to that library and then shift us over, whoever's going with Ryujin to the water plane. Someone can stay at Fort Agenor and work on that. Or honestly, I could stay in Fort Agenor and work on that if Ryujin wants to go to that island, and I'll stay at the fort. It's up to him.
What's the underwater?
Y'all
Shit,
just
the island is
don't
Fort
wanna go to the
Agenor.
water plane?
We're going. It's Poseidon's plane, so yes.
I turn towards Zillman like no water plane. It's how's the technology there? Is it any different, or is it like
Water
mostly
plane?
the same? Yeah.
It's. I think. I mean, I haven't seen too much. I think it's mostly about the same. The only. I mean, I saw a little bit of like the community that lives underwater around the edges of fort. I saw the fort itself is pretty nice. Yeah, I'd say it's about the same. But I guess I also haven't seen a whole lot. Who knows?
Getting onto
The city of like Merid is like I've never been there. Maybe there's I don't know.
Well, we can get to the water plane. How do we get from like switching planes after that? Like
Friendship?
if we wanted to like there isn't yeah, I guess. I was like there's like a place where all the planes meet and I could just switch over to like the fire plane or something.
Oh, good question. Go ahead and make a history check.
I will say we have something from the fire plane. I can shift us to the fire plane too.
But I thought it had to be a
Ooh.
focus.
What do you have from the fire plane?
I thought, didn't Hephaestus give us?
He
He gave you the red scale,
but that's not from there.
the
Oh, I
fire
thought that
plane.
was for some reason. I thought he had given us something so we could shift back.
Even I mean his little egg thing is not on the fire plane.
I don't know what I thought he had.
I rolled a 17.
17. You know, not every plane is connected, but largely the way the cosmos are connected, the elemental planes are more connected than most of the other planes. Toward the center, where they all sort of overlap. I mean, they all sort of overlap with each other, almost like think of it like a big circle, and they all overlap around the borders. But then in the center of that circle, where all of the elements are like in equal force, there is one sort of side of that coin that is called the elemental chaos, that is complete elemental mayhem. And there's another side of that coin that is the elemental ideal, where all of the elements work in harmony together. It's theoretical. No one's actually been to that side, but it's a theoretical thing that might exist. But largely, people do know about the elemental chaos largely. So it is theoretically possible to jump from one elemental plane to another elemental plane by crossing through that elemental chaos. It's extremely dangerous, but it can be done. Or otherwise going across the border from one into another. It's also, there are some planes like the ethereal plane that act as almost like highways between different planes. So if you can get into the ethereal plane and find the right path to follow, you could pop out on another plane of existence as well.
Golly. That
Yeah.
white dragon.
So if I
what's the white
cast
dragon?
etherealness in a lucky place,
Gotta be exactly right.
That white
Yeah, I
dragon.
mean, so
wanted us
I'll
to
also say,
retrieve-
because you know about etherealness and you've fought people on the ethereal plane before, the ethereal plane is sort of split into two. You have the border ethereal and the deep ethereal. The border ethereal is what you guys experienced in Anora's
Silverman?
hometown. Yeah. That is sort of like the ghost realm that is essentially the same as the material plane, just on a frequency that we can't see. The deep ethereal is further into the ethereal plane that no longer has any real bearing on the material plane as we know it, and is more of a theoretical existence of colorful doorways leading to different planes and that sort of thing.
I see.
The white dragon with the cold link wanted us to gain the scale from the airplane.
Airplane?
Not the air element. I don't know. Plane.
Is it
plane of
wind?
air? A wind?
No,
I don't
it is
know.
air.
What's
It
called?
is. It's the plane of air, but airplane is just funny because I'm
That's
picturing
not
an
a
airplane.
word in Gaia. Let's get on the airplane,
David, did
you
we
guys.
not just mention that none of us can keep any of this mythology straight from actual Greek mythology?
Yeah, well, there you go. The plane of air, and
that-
yes, you are correct, Adagio. She did say that the scale that she wanted you to collect is on the plane of air.
We would have gotten that last link in exchange, right? Did they have a way of getting us there? I don't remember that conversation too well.
No,
No.
They were
Oh.
just
she
like,
said,
figure it
good
out.
luck.
So
Oh, I love that for us.
shifting, I just have to have a tuning fork. Is there? I feel like there has to be an economy in which like tuning forks are able to be bought for a plane shift.
No.
Or borrowed and brought back. I don't
Like,
like. Are
people
they
don't
like,
sell them as, like,
they're
matched
extremely
items or
rare.
anything?
They're extremely rare, because not just any thing from a plane can act as a tuning fork. It's
But
not
like-
like you can
What
go to
can
the plane
act
of
as a-
water, grab a cup of water, and consider it a tuning fork.
What can be considered a tuning fork then?
It has to be something of significant power.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can ask Ron if he has one.
And ask the queen if she knows that the schools do.
So, who's coming with me to the plane of water?
Well, if we still have some time before we go to Olympus.
We don't have
Right.
much time. I thought we were
We don't
like
have
trying to get
much
everything
time.
done really quickly.
Well, we have so
1
many
week
things
to
to
get
do.
everything done before we have
Yeah,
to
and
fly.
this is going to be like a couple days journey, so
We
we
said it's gonna be a day and a half.
Like a day and a half,
2 days,
2 days,
like
yeah.
a day there and then a day back.
But you said
Well,
you would just.
you don't
Well,
need to
we
go
can just
back.
plane shift back when we're there. Yeah.
But we could, yeah. But
like
that's
a
unless
day.
we have somebody looking at the library in Agnor.
Yeah, we also
Wait a
didn't
second.
want
Well,
all of us,
I mean,
so-
either way, so on. Let me just clarify. Either way, if someone is waiting at Fort Agenor and you elsewhere create the portal in the demiplane, that portal leads to Fort Agenor. So they could
Yeah.
feasibly just walk from Fort Agenor through that portal as well.
We also, if we're on that plane, if Ryujin has a piece from Fort Agenor, he can just teleport us back once we're on the island.
That's also true.
Wait, hold on, what? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We're on
if
the
you're
same
on
plane
the
as
water
it, so-
plane, you can still teleport
I was
on
just
that plane.
wondering that since we were already plane shifting, if we would just go to that air and just like snatch the scale and go. So we can at least have
You
the
have to have a
Titans wrapped
tuning
up
fork.
outside of Kremos.
I don't know if it'll be that easy to get.
I mean,
That's a
obviously it wouldn't
scale.
be that easy, but once
Yeah, I
you
mean,
get to the air,
currently, if you wanted to get to the plane of air, there are currently only 2 ways for you to do it since you don't have a tuning fork. You would either have to go from the plane of water through the elemental chaos, or you'd have to cross the border of the plane of water where it borders the plane of air, which I believe is called the plane of steam.
how do you
That
cross?
doesn't sound good.
Costume.
How do you cross? Like you're just like walking through, or
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not as easy as just walking through, but yeah, theoretically, yes.
how big
Do
are
we
these
know
planes?
of
Like
anyone
I just
on
like
Gaia
They're
who
huge.
has?
The plane of water is also called the Endless Sea, so I feel like
Yeah.
that kind of speaks for
Do we know
itself.
of anyone on Gaia who might like have a tuning fork, like who had been there for some reason?
You don't know
Well,
anyone who has
so-
been to the plane of air, I don't believe.
Okay.
So we just have Rowan.
Ron's
Ro-
parents?
Rowan's
Yeah.
parents, yes, but Rowan was born here.
Oh.
But
Yeah.
Rowan's parents have.
But they
Yes.
would have traveled here, right? How'd they get here?
Yeah, for sure.
Where's your mother
mean-
and father?
Yeah, I don't
wouldn't-
think he'll
would
have
one of our-
anything though.
Would one of our parents be able to help us? If we
I
were like,
agree.
hey, can you like give us a tuning fork for the for the elemental
Gotta
plane
go
of
They
air?
can
pray.
travel between planes, right?
Yeah, I mean, they can plane shift wherever the fuck they want.
Yeah. So if they
Yeah,
could,
because he gave Ryujin one. Give us one of the other ones.
I mean,
just trying to
okay,
take over
Earned
the
it, all
planes.
right.
real quick then.
I'm
if we're
sorry, I didn't help in that.
while we're talking about this, I guess, like, if we want to see if they can help, I can ask Artemis real quick if she can give me one to the plane of air. It's worth a shot. I mean, I doubt it, but, I mean...
Artemis.
You miss
You
100%
idiot.
of the shots
Yeah.
you don't take.
Gifts from Artemis are always the best.
Especially when they're taking your childhood friend out of your life.
Wait, is there
All
an
right,
undertone
this is...
there?
What?
Yay, Artemis saving the day from her
I
throne on
would-
Olympus.
That is one
Built on the
godly
bone of
person
children.
we can ask. Everybody else can also ask. It's just super simple for me to. All I gotta do is cast a spell.
Oh, I'm so happy it's so easy for you to talk to Artemis. I'm so glad that
I literally get
communication
yes
channel
and
is
no
so
answers, and
open.
half the times they're fucking riddles that I don't even understand.
Must be nice to
Okay.
just cast a spell and cast her attention.
Okay, so
It's worth a shot. Let's do it.
real quick, just thinking about it like out of character. Of all the times I've asked a question, I think I've gotten one direct answer. Every single other one has been a riddle.
Usually they're
I don't
yeah,
know
but
what you
they're just supposed
expect
to be
from
feelings.
the god that lives in the woods and doesn't care.
I just think it's hey, I'm her child.
She's still
But
a nature hippie.
I mean fair, but it's just like I've gotten one direct answer and I've used this spell a lot lately.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess I'll cast Commune then.
All right. You feel the warm presence of Artemis around you.
The cold presence of her.
This is just a completely like flavor thing. I'm just imagining her like with that presence though, there's also that like she's shaking her head like shame, shame, shame.
Adagio, as the spell is beginning to cast, you feel the glow around you get slightly lighter.
Yeah.
We're like side eye. Side eye.
I'm just gonna like look at him real quick, like, don't blame me. I'm just trying to get us the airplane.
Meow.
Yeah, look,
Trying to get us an airplane, all right? Jeez.
this is great. I love it. Okay. So, I have a favor to ask. Is there any way that you could possibly get us a tuning fork for the elemental plane of air so that we can actually find another link?
A cold breeze over your shoulder.
God damn it.
Heard, so as useful as always, Artemis. Such
I'm gonna
a
like look at Adagio and be like, listen, don't be
You
a
know-
dick while I'm trying to get us help.
I like this new Adagio. It's very... It's fresh.
I like the sassiness, but not while I'm trying to
I gotta
concentrate on
update
how we
his
get us
picture
help.
on the stream.
very true.
Okay. Do you know of any way for us to get a tuning fork to the elemental airplane?
Meow.
Meow.
A warmer air.
I have to ask yes or no questions.
Yeah. She's giving you the answers.
She knows a way. Can you tell me this way in some way, shape, or form?
A wind blows in a different direction, blowing towards Alexios.
So does that mean that Hephaestus can do? That means Hephaestus can do it. That's what I'm going because I can't ask any more questions.
He goes to the airplane.
Meow.
You can build the airplane.
Meow. Okay.
Okay, let's go
Well,
ask somebody's parent who hasn't fucked me over.
Hephaestus. The way it seems, Hephaestus can get us one.
One what?
Tuning fork for the plane of air.
One replacement best friend. I'm good for one from the gods.
Okay, I can
Listen,
pray.
if I can get permission to shift you to the Beast Wilds at some point to see him, I will.
I can burn the place to the ground. Say
Please
less.
don't, because I'm gonna have to live there once I die.
Ooh, Adagio,
Only you can prevent
have you
forest
prayed
fires.
to your father wearing a link?
Ooh.
I
Wait, yeah,
think
he did, because
so.
that's what. Yeah, after you attuned to Phoebe, because you said that you would to ask if he would meet her.
Oh, and that's when he dubbed her like, nah, I can't be around that.
Yeah, you did then.
Okay. So my dad's generally like mild mannered, but I don't know how he's gonna No, he made a link. He wouldn't
I
be
mean, you could just hand him to one of us
angry.
for momentarily.
Yeah, he'll just take him in the store.
We have the other. What other links do we have that we don't have? Like the gods have?
An
Mnemosyne?
Emosine, and then what's her name?
Themis. Or sorry, not
No,
Themis.
there's the other
Taea.
one there's the one that Poseidon has.
Taea.
And
What about the?
Hotel.
Was that the ethereal one?
I
Which one
think
was
so.
the
Yeah.
ethereal one?
Yes.
It's ethereal light or
From
something?
Yes.
Sullivan, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, she'd be useful right now.
she would.
Maybe we could ask Poseidon to borrow her.
Is there any temples
I'm a
of
Poseidon thinks
Hephaestus
reunions really-
around? I feel like that's kind of contradictory.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Um,
Athens. While the temple to Athena is obviously the most famous and the largest, it's called the Acropolis. You've all seen it. There are temples to all of the other gods here. This is a huge city. They are not shy about letting people worship who they want to worship.
Delphi.
Well, it's
I
a
will
thing
say-
I can do.
Poseidon answered my prayer like yesterday. So
He's gonna be like, nah, I've given you all I got.
he's
I
like,
just
listen,
gave
man,
you
I put in a lot of effort to
house.
being
I
your
gave you
dad
a
recently.
car.
Well, now what do you want?
Everything.
I already gave you one interdimensional portal. Like, you want another?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Selfish,
Look
man.
at
I'm
this
the
guy,
water
Kendrick.
guy.
250
Water.
gold pieces, by the way.
Who would we even like? Hermes? Who would that?
I just said
The one
that
who's
Air?
Artemis
Zeus
said
is
that,
air.
that
That's-
Hephaestus can help.
Yeah,
I know,
my
but still.
bad. It's Pops. Got it.
But yeah, if
If anybody can figure it out, he can.
if you are curious, Poseidon water, Demeter earth, Hephaestus fire, Zeus air. Long ago, the four nations lived.
Until the Fire Nation,
Hey!
Magic Nation attacked.
So,
I mean, if you're talking about air, though, we could have Dardania ask her father.
Let's just go Hephaestus. Come on, Hephaestus.
are we
I don't know
really?
if Zeus will do anything for us.
Yeah,
Go send us on another
Yeah.
quest to see if we're worthy first.
Oh my
Zeus
god.
is
he
allowing
will,
us
right?
Name one of
to
his
do the
kids
quest to
into-
go to Olympus. That's probably the most kindness we're gonna get.
You are Athena.
So, hopefully my dad answers.
Hephaestus.
Okay.
Got it.
You head to the Temple of Hephaestus here. It is a relatively small temple, all things considered. The size of the city, you'd expect probably a little bit larger. But you get the sense in a city devoted to Athena, there's a little bit too much crossover in what Athena and Hephaestus are responsible for, that he kind of gets the bottom of the barrel for some things. It's the same thing with Ares here as well. But there is a nice warm forge. There is a smith there tending to it. You do feel at home, if a little cozy.
So yeah, I'm gonna walk up, toss a few coppers into the fire, and pray.
All right. What would you like to say?
It is so hard not to start off these with, "Hey, Dad." I don't. Well, I'm pretty sure you heard we fought Tromocrates the other day. There was a coronation. Just calling because I said calling. Sorry. We are looking for a way to get to the elemental airplane. And Artemis said you could help. And I know you have a lot of things lying around, so we're possibly hoping for an assist. It would include a dragon scale of Tiamat, so that's beneficial. And oh, so I may have made a bond with a Titan link. Just saying that before I get there, I don't want to bring new people to your doorstep without you really knowing. So, if that's not good, just don't answer. Don't pick up.
All right, go ahead and roll your D100 for me.
I thought you had left Iapetus with somebody. Was that not the plan?
Huh?
I thought you were leaving Iapetus with one of us. Wasn't that the plan?
Well, he didn't.
I thought he would take him.
I don't know what my score is, but I got
what'd you
47.
Roll? 47. I think that's too high. Will you check? It'll be whatever says on D&D Beyond plus 3.
His was higher, so.
But 47 is really high.
Plus 3.
It's gotta be getting close.
Okay, so my score was a 47.
Oh.
On D.
Yeah, I was saying his
so it's a
lot
50.
higher than everybody else's.
Great. All right, so that's a success.
Okay.
You send your prayer up, and you feel a presence behind you as Archimiones sits behind you. You see he is sweaty. He is covered in soot. He goes, "Apologies for Father sending me, but we're a little busy. There is lots to discuss, but we're close to a potential breakthrough that might help all of us. You're after another scale.
Yes.
And you have reason to believe it's on the plane of air.
We've been told.
Well, make a persuasion check.
Persuasion?
That's correct.
I feel like this is going to be important. I'm going to use a good dice.
Sure.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
21.
21, okay. He looks at you, he says, "This will help you destroy Tiamat. Our father will help. But he also asked me to warn you. The plane of air, it will be a challenge for you. For all of you."
Why do you say that, like, specifically?
Well, I have never seen you fly, Alexios.
Oh. There's no ground there?
There is sometimes ground, but it's all floating in endless air. Floating islands.
That seems like that's going to be a little bit more prep time than I thought it would be.
We can help you. Just don't pop in and find yourself falling for eternity.
Oh, so you actually can help.
We can give you the means to get there. Everything else is up to you, I'm afraid.
Okay, that's gonna be a little bit harder. I actually have an idea though. I have
Looks
a
like we'll be
great
buying
idea.
Daedalus's wings after all.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
They'll help one of you.
But they are a prototype, and we have a master artificer on our
How-
That is
school.
true.
3, actually.
Oh, I have to be a large creature to carry anybody, right?
Correct.
So Adagio can fly on his steed. Can he take anybody else on the steed?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I can do that. I can turn
I can
somebody and
also
carry one
fly.
person. The wings were just 2 things short.
Eric's can cast fly on one of us too, right?
Oh yeah.
I guess if like we were only there for a certain amount of time, so they don't fall
Yeah.
forever after it wears off.
Because I don't think there's anything I can cast.
I can only summon my steed for a certain amount of time too,
I
right?
mean, listen, if we were gonna try and make a run at this thing, if you were gonna go to what's the Fort Agenor, that's the name of the place, to get your trinket. We can go by the island. We can see if we can get a good look at the wings. Maybe I can make something happen, and we'll go from there. If not, I mean, they won't have the scale, and boom. End the story.
So drop
Let's forget
by Elias, go to Fort Agenor, play it by
Y'all
ear.
go to Fort Agenor. I'll stay, or I'll go to. Yeah, I'll stay. See if I can get a pair of wings, or look at what's going on with that, and or get
But,
them
I mean,
back
we can
functional.
we could go to Elias and then plane shift from there to Fort Agenor.
I just realized we're planning. I am still in the middle of a prayer.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So just to finish, Archimiones pulls from his pack what looks like a pure glass tuning fork, and he hands it to you, but he doesn't let go. And as you are both holding it, he says, "This will get you there. But one final piece of advice, brother. There are powerful, ancient creatures living on that plane. If the winds blow a certain way, you should listen." He lets go.
Did Dad say anything about the link?
There are worse ones you could have chosen to side with. Though he does warn you that every link that you bring to Olympus not restrained in a cube will raise suspicion.
And
Duly noted.
they can shove their suspicion where it don't shine.
Good luck. We will reach out again soon when we have completed what we're working on. Good luck to you, brother.
Good luck to you.
And he's gone.
So Elias plane shift.
Elias Xander plane shift.
Because aren't some people staying in
Because
Xander to
they
work
have
on
to go to
the library in Xander?
Okay.
All right. On
Okay.
Apple's Folly, is there a tree big enough for me to cast Transport via Plants?
Let's find out.
I mean, it's Apple's Folly. There should be a big old apple tree, right?
That is not why it's called Apple's Folly.
Yeah, it should be. Be literal for once, Sammy.
There is a tree big enough for you to transport, yes.
Okay, I need to make sure, because otherwise we need to come back
Big
here.
old apple tree.
Is there a tree big enough in Xander that I would know of?
On the outskirts of the city.
Okay. That's all I need.
With the hands of fate, we don't walk.
In that case, I'm gonna send Ilea another message. Say, hey,
Run away.
we're gonna stop back in if that's okay. The whole group this time. See ya in a minute.
It must be my birthday.
And yeah, we'll use the Dragon Touch focus, and if everybody's ready,
All right. So, all of you bamf away to Elea's shop once more in preparation for this next potentially forked, no pun intended, station before your eventual reconnection. That's where we're going to end tonight's episode. I am very excited for what's about to happen. Thank you guys for joining us so much. As we said at the beginning, this episode will be up on YouTube on Saturday, and you can watch the next episode with a new icon for Adagio. You can watch the next episode next Monday at 7:30 Eastern. We'll see you then. Say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.